ariwo ọjà ẹni tí yàn bá nájà òun tó máa bá ṣe business fún èyí tí ẹ̀ ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation kò lọ́bì kankan irọ́ ló ń pa ìgbà wo ariwo ọjà ni ṣe rí i pé àárín ọjà ni mo wà báyìí ariwo ọjà ni so ẹni tí yàn bá nájà èèyàn máa ń wò gbogbo ibi tí mo ti lọ nísìn ẹni tí mò ń bá nájà nìkan ni mò ń wò so nígbà tí bàbá Akíntóyè ní ká máa tẹ̀síwájú olóyè Ìgbòho ní ká tẹ̀síwájú YSDM ní ká tẹ̀síwájú ẹ̀yin kan máa ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation irọ́ ni wọ́n fi ń defraud ni ariwo ọjà ni ẹni tí yàn bá nájà èèyàn á máa wojú ẹ̀ mo fi rẹja nísìn kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lẹ́ tó ń ta abọ́ mo fi rata kí ní tàn ẹni tó ń ta àlùbọ́sà ariwo ọjà ni ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní diaspora iṣẹ́ ò dúró Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep adélẹ̀lérí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ Yorùbá nation àdádúró ariwo ọjà ni gbogbo àwa tí à ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ ẹ má bá wọn wo ohun tí wọ́n ń ta o ohun táwa gbé dání tá à ń pè ní self determination òun ni ká dúró lé lórí ìrìn àjò ẹ̀ náà rẹ̀ la ṣe wà Koikimedia live and direct. òun náà ni ẹ̀gbọ́n lẹ́nu Koikimedia pé kí a má wo oríṣiríṣi tó ń lọ nínú ọjà torí bí wọn bá wà nínú ọjà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ni wàá máa polówó fún ẹ kódà èyí tó fi rà wàá polówó ẹ̀ fún ẹ àwa tí àwa mọ̀ntàfẹ́rà ni àmì kúrò nínú iwájú ibi tá ti fẹ́ rajà torí ọjà Mile 12 ọjà Òkèléwó ọjà Kútọ̀ ọjà ní Èkìtì ọjà ní Kwara ní Kogi ọjà ní káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá débẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé iṣu ló fẹ́ lọ rà má yà síbi tán ti ń taṣọ ẹni tó ń taṣọ á máa polówó aṣọ fún ẹ ẹni tó ń ta nǹkan tí o fẹ́ rà á máa polówó fún ẹ ìwọ tí o wá fẹ́ rajà ló máa mọ tó fẹ́ lọ rà torí pé púpọ̀ nù àwa tí a jọ gbérin àjò yìí dání tí a bá wà careful in tí kò jẹ́ ká rà lọ́jà òun la máa padà rà wálé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pé tíyàn bá lọ ra tí kò tọ́ tí kò yẹ ìwọ àtẹni tí ó rán ẹ lọ́jà ẹ lè jọ ní gbólóhùn ọ̀rọ̀ ìyẹn ni pé àwa tí a gbé self determination dání wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe election kò kàn wá wọ́n ń ṣẹgbẹ́ APC kí ló kàn ẹ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ kí ló ń bá wọn dá sọ̀rọ̀ PDP àti ADC nígbà tí àwa ti mọ̀ tá gbé dání ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ tó gbé dání ìyẹn ni olúkálùkù á tún máa sá káàkiri ibi tí kò jẹ́ ká sá lọ a ti wà lójú ọ̀nà ọ̀dẹ̀ ní àní ṣìnà táwọ̀ bá ti káàkiri ibi tí kò jẹ́ ká lọ mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé ẹ máa káàbọ̀ sórí iléeṣẹ́ náà ibi báyìí ò kì í ṣe blogging platform tí ẹ bá ń wá àwọn tó ń blọ́ọ̀gì fídíò àwọn pọ̀ káàkiri tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo bàtẹ́ bá ti wá sí orí ìkànnì yìí ẹ lè kan wa lójú ẹ dẹ̀ lè sọ pé nígbà tẹ́ bá máa fi gbọ́ ètò yìí tán ẹ ní mọ tí ẹ fẹ́ olúkálùkù gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ta fẹ́ torí pé káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ni a máa náwọn fẹ́ nǹkan kan ìwọ tó wá fẹ́ nǹkan yẹn o gbọ́dọ̀ dúró tì kó má wà diverted torí ilé ayé táwa yìí ó tóbi gan. Ìtàwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí ìran wa dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló máa gbé sí níwájú. Kódà ebi wà lára tó máa gbé sí wa níwájú. Àìtí ìwọnú ètò mú kan fẹ́ lè fi ṣe ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ program. Bí ẹ ṣe ń wọlé, mo kí yín ní gbogbo kíkí tí olúkálùkù wa bá mọ̀. Mo kí màmá tó bí mi lọ́mọ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Bí ṣe wá ń kí màmá, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá lálùbáríkà tí ẹ dúró ti ilé iṣẹ́ wa. Tí ẹ bá ti rí wa, ó ṣeé ṣe pé a busy fáwọn nǹkan míì. Ìyẹn wá ní pé a ṣe Yorùbá nation mọ́, àbí tí ẹ̀yin bá fẹ́ pè. Àwa tí a gbé iṣẹ́ dání, àwa làwa mọ̀ tá gbé dání. A dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan kó distract wa. Èyí tá fẹ́ a ti mọ̀ láti bí ọdún 5. Kò wá ń ṣe èní àbí lọ́la la máa ṣẹ̀ máa sọ pé àmọ́ tá fẹ́. Bẹ́yìn náà bá ti mọ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́, kò bá já wa mélòó kan náà ni à ń bọ̀ sí ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà dé lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹni tó bá lóhùn ò mọ̀ tí òun fẹ́, á jẹ́ pé bóyá ó ṣẹ̀ bọ́lẹ̀ láti inú space. So ká tẹ̀síwájú. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga fálérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Yoruba nation now, Yoruba nation now, now, now. Yoruba nation, no retreat, no surrender. Èyí ni 11th day of the month of September. Tí a bá wo kàlẹ́ndà wa lénìí, a máa rántí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ kan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà. Oríṣiríṣi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọjọ́ ò dẹ̀ dúró dẹni kankan. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń rò pé ọjọ́ máa ń pẹ́, but lórí ìkànnì wa tí a mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, ọjọ́ ò kì í pẹ́. Èmi á máa ṣàlàyé fún wa pé tí a bá rò pé ọjọ́ máa pẹ́, ọjọ́ ò ní pẹ́. Àmọ́ àwa la lè dá ọjọ́ yẹn dúró tí ó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tá fẹ́ nìyẹn. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí láti iléeṣẹ́ wa tí a mọ̀ sí Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Èní ni 9/11 fẹ́yìn tí ẹ bá mọ̀ tó ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ màá kọ́ ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ ní ìwọ̀nba ráńpẹ́. Ẹni tó bá bí ní 2001 á jẹ́ pé you are 24 years old. Ẹni tó bí ní 2001 you are now 24 years old today. Tó bá jẹ́ pé 2001 ló bí ẹ, whether January, February up to September till December. Nígbà tó bí ẹ yẹn, a lot of events was unfolding. Tó jẹ́ pé tí o bá follow history or tí o bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ nípa history nígbà tó ti wà lórí ilé iṣẹ́ wa níbí báyìí, I will take you there quickly. And fẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ ń sọ pé 4 years ó máa pẹ́, is just a twinkle of an eye. But mo kọ́kọ́ kí bàbá tó jẹ́ olólùfẹ́ wa tó dúró ti gbogbo ìran tí à ń pè ní àwọn ọmọ Oòduà, àwa tí a mọ́ra wa sí Yorùbá. Má confuse me tẹ́yin bá fẹ́ confuse ara yín. Ẹ lè mọ̀ tó bàbá yìí nípa ìmọ̀, torí tó bá yẹ pé ẹ mọ̀ nípa ẹ ti dá Yorùbá nation sílẹ̀ kó tó di ọjọ́ yìí. Àwọn tó dá sílẹ̀ tán náà àwọn tí ń ṣe Oòduà nation, àwọn fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó lọ restructure. A rí pé orí irọ́ ni gbogbo wọn gbélé lórí. Wọn ní plan, wọn mọ̀ nípa báwo ló ṣe máa jẹ́ tí a máa fi exit. But nígbà tí Ọlọ́run fi bàbá ìkẹwà, the emeritus Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ, k'Ọlọ́run kó jẹ́ kí a rí bàbá pẹ́ kó lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí bàbá fún wa. Bàbá jẹ́ kí a mọ̀ pé the difference is clear. Má mix politics pẹ̀lú movement is two different things. So mo kí bàbá, gbogbo bí tí ẹ bá wà kí ara yín kó máa le bí ọ̀tá, ká máa rí yín bá, ká lè máa ní àwọn ìbéèrè ká máa bí yín ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹ máa dàgbà, ẹ máa dògbó, ẹ máa dàgbà sí wa lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa na àsíá yẹn sókè nígbàtígbà tó bá máa jẹ́. A ní ṣe flower fún yín, ọ̀la ló máa jẹ́ ni, ọ̀túnla ló máa jẹ́ ni. Ìgbàkígbà tí ẹ bá ti sọ pé ó ti yá, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa na àsíá yẹn sókè. Ẹnì kankan ní gbáṣẹ́ yín tó máa lọ jẹ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ṣe bàbá kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo wa. Mo kí bàbá. Mo jẹ́ kó yé yín ní 2021 nígbà tí mo wálé, mo ní tó bá ti sú gbogbo èèyàn, ẹ̀yin ẹ ṣáà máa sùn, ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀. Èmi á máa tàwọn èèyàn lómi jí, torí pé mo mọ̀ pé ilé ayé ta wà, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ń ṣèyàn. Àmọ́ bó ṣe ń ṣẹ̀yìn náà ló ń ṣàwa náà. But the difference is clear. Interfẹ́ a gbọ́dọ̀ dilute. A gbọ́dọ̀ dúró lórí interfẹ́. Ó lè pẹ́ lójú. Kódà àwọn kan tẹ̀lé ní wọ́n mọ̀ tán fẹ́ fáwọn tí kò yé. But àwa tí a mọ̀ ta fẹ́, tí a dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bàbá tí a dúró tì lẹ́yìn, ó dúró tán yányán, kò ṣe iyèméjì. So mo kí bàbá, ẹ bá mi kí bàbá wa Professor Emeritus Adébánjí Akíntóyè. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí àwọn igbákejì wọn méjèèjì, àti tó ń bẹ nílé àti tó ń bẹ ní diaspora. Mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè mo fi kí wọn. Ìyẹn Káyọ̀dé Ẹ̀mọ̀lá. Ẹni bá mọ̀ Káyọ̀dé Ẹ̀mọ̀lá dáadáa, fáwa tí a súnmọ́, ó mọ̀ nípa ìlú nítorí pé ó ti gbé ní Eastern European countries rí kó tó di kó tún darí wá sí Wales tó ń gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ó mọ̀ nípa ìjàngbara torí mo rántí nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ movement yìí gbàrà ní 2019 ni mo ti connect pẹ̀lú Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá. Mo wá rí pé ẹni tí ó mọ̀ye tó mọ value nípa pé ìran rẹ̀ kó gbọ́dọ̀ dúró. Ẹlòmíì tẹ́ ní ó ní jùlọ ní ìmọ̀ ní owó bọ̀ wọ́n ń dúró sẹ́yìn wọ́n wá ẹni tó máa ṣe èyí tí gbogbo wa tó yẹ ká fira wa síwájú pa fẹ́ ṣe. Pé ó ti wálé kò ń ṣe nǹkan, kò ń ṣe méjì, kò ń ṣe mẹ́ta lórí ìrìn àjò yìí náà ni. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó gbé wálé ju pé lórí ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation tí a jọ gbé dání. Mo kí ẹ Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí George Akínọlá. Tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation, Oòduà nation, àwọn tó bá rántí fọ́nrán kan tó jáde ní 2017, ẹnu bàbá yẹn láti kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ pé it is too late to restructure this country. That was 2017. Ẹnìkan dẹ̀ tún sọ fún wa ní 2025 pé wọ́n máa restructure Nigeria. Ṣé n táwọn tó rí ní 2017 tán ní it is too late? Ẹni tó bá rántí fídíò yẹn àti play dáadáa, kò dìgbà tá a bá play. Kódà èèyàn lè visualize ojú George Akínọlá bí wọ́n bá rántí clip yẹn. It is too late ní Adámàsìgbà ni wọ́n ti jáde. Kò kúrò ní Nàìjíríà àmọ́ ó dúró ti ìran rẹ̀ pé in tó bá máa gbà la máa fún. Mo rántí pé nígbà tí máa kọ́kọ́ láǹfààní àti ìpàdé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, wọ́n náà wọ́n fẹ́ràn mi dáadáa torí pé àwọn rí pé akíkanjú bíi tiwọn lèmi náà. Tó bá fi dídá àwa méjèèjì àti bọ́ sójú títì nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ gan. Bọ̀ nígbà tá ti ní adarí tó jẹ́ bàbá tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tó ètò yẹn pé àníṣe a máa lọ ọ̀nà tá fẹ́ gbà lọ yẹn ni kò tí ì yé àwọn kan. Mo ní a máa jí sínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá níjọ́ kan ni. Níjọ́ náà ni àìtí lè sọ, ìyẹn kù sọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè lọ́wọ́ àti àwọn tó nílẹ̀. Torí àwa kúkú kọ́ la nílẹ̀, àbí mi mo nílẹ̀, gbogbo wa kọ́ la nílẹ̀, but àwọn alálẹ̀ tó nílẹ̀ Oòduà tó nílẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Oòjíire nígbà tásìkò bá tó, ẹni tí ó máa yọ àdá àwa kọ́ la máa sọ fún, ẹni tó máa yọ gbóngbó àwa kọ́ la máa sọ fún, ẹni tó máa wá tẹ̀ tí wá ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwa kọ́ la máa sọ fún. In tó máa gbé gbogbo wa dìde ó ń súnmọ́ báyìí kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Bọ̀ bàbá wa rí non-violent pé ká máa fi mídíà. Bàbá wa yìí náà àwọn náà ti wá sílùú òyìnbó dáadáa. London ò ń ṣe àjòjì sí wọn rárá. Àwọn ọ̀wá wò pé torí àwọn ní access láti wọnú London kó jáde láti 2017 kó wá ignore iṣẹ́ tá gbé dání. Mo kí yín dáadáa. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo àwọn ìyá tó ń bẹ lábẹ́ ètò kọba tó nè ní kó bá wa fi àánú kó fi kẹ́yìn. Tí a bá lọ, tí a bá wo gbogbo àwọn màmá tó ń bẹ lábẹ́ ètò Yorùbá nation, ṣé ìyá wa Beauty Àmọ̀pé ní ká sọ ní, ìyá wa Felicia ní, ṣé ká pè ya Jagun ní. Èmi àti kò gbọdọ̀ kú sọ̀rọ̀ ní Dublin títí dànà. Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ Yorùbá nation ni. Tẹ́ bá wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìyá tó ń bẹ lábẹ́ ká gba òmìnira, ẹ̀mí wọn ti ṣí kúrò lára Nàìjíríà. Àwọn abiyamọ dáadáa nìyẹn. Àwọn ń ṣe àwọn ìyàwó olóṣèlú tó ń ro ti wọn nìkan àtàwọn ọmọ wọn tí wọ́n ro tẹlòmíì. Àwọn ìyá lálùbáríkà wọ́n pọ̀ lọ káàkiri. Mélòó la fẹ́ dárúkọ? Ṣé Iron Lady ní ká sọ ní? Ṣé Multifate ní? Ṣé GR1 ní? Wọ́n náwó, wọ́n nọ́ra. Kódà àwọn ìyá mi ti ná gbogbo pension wọn. Àwọn olówó táwọn Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá àmọ́ wọ́n ná gbogbo tán ní nípa pé kírìn àjò yìí kó lè ní àṣeyọrí. Owó táwọn ìyá yìí ná chicken change ní lọ́dọ̀ Mike Adenuga. Kódà ìyàwó mi ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ní èní, a wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa arákùnrin kan tó ń pè ní ọ̀kẹ́ owó, ọ̀kẹ́ money, ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà ni. ìntàgbé dání kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn torí àwọn ò rí tán pé ó jẹ́ kí ìran wọn kó dúró káwọn support ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú owó pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ pẹ̀lú connection. London ni mo ti láǹfààní àti rí bàbá wa Ọ̀kẹ́ owó rí Ọ̀kẹ́ money pẹ̀lú Rolls Royce with his customized plate number nígbà tí the former ambassador to Nigeria in London tó ń ṣe birthday nígbà COVID mo láǹfààní àti ní sneak view wọnú bẹ̀ látara pé the late Ọ̀túnba Williams ó fún mi ní heads up pé party kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní London, party náà dẹ̀ máa le gan, kódà Ebenezer Obey ló ń bọ̀ wá play. Mo para gẹ́gẹ́ bí journalist, mo rápálá wọlé without IV, wọ́n padà lé mi kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni nígbà tó gbọ́ pé Koikimedia wà ńbẹ̀. But àwọn bàbá wọ̀ kẹ́ owó, àwọn gbádùn gbogbo ìlú wọn pátá ó ti dáróró bó ṣe ń jíyàn gbé kò kàn wọ́n, àwọn ń gbé ní Parkview. Kọ́bẹ̀ Elédùmarè kó wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa. Nígbà tásìkò bá tó akólòlò a máa sọ pé kí ni ẹ bá mi parí òwe yẹn. Mo náà wà dẹ̀ láni sí àgbẹ̀yìn ojú ló ń kán ìbòjí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Adéyẹmọ bó ṣe máa ń sọ. Mo kí generalismo, bó kí tó kí generalismo, mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́. Ẹ má fi ẹ̀mí sọ pé ìjà yóò ṣe jà, ẹ̀mí wọ̀ ní bọ́sí, ìjà tá máa jọ parí délẹ̀ ni. Mo sì máa padà sí 24 years ago in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ibìkan ní Amẹ́ríkà tó di in tó ń pè ní anniversary 9/11. Bọ̀ mo fẹ́ fílì lọ síbẹ̀ bí sí. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí a jọ wà lórí ìrìn àjò yìí, ẹni tó ní tó ń tiraka nígbà tíjọba bá dé tó ń ṣiṣẹ́, a máa ní àní máa rún ọwọ́n wa báyìí lágbára àwọn tó lálé tó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó nílẹ̀ Oòduà. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kíákíá. Mo rántí ìyá wa nígbà tí mo rí flyer yìí, ọjọ́ náà a máa dàbí àná, in loving memory. Ìyá dáadáa, ìyá lálùbáríkà, ó náwó, ó nọ́ra, ó gbé gbogbo ẹ̀mí ẹ̀, ó gbé lé Yorùbá nation. But kí ló kan lọ́hùn? Àwọn kan tẹ rò pé àwọn làwọn ní ẹ̀mí wọn. Wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé ẹ̀mí tó ń mí tó ń lọ sókè. Àsàrà ìlú bí àṣà àwọn Mùsùlùmí, àsàrà ìlú tó fẹ́ gbà, òun náà lù gan wò wọ́n báyìí. Àwọn alálẹ̀ tó fẹ́ jagbà, in tó máa gba ẹ̀mí yẹn lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ń wò. Bá dúpẹ́ pé ìyá ikú dáadáa bí àwọn tó ti lọ náà bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá wa Alékúrodò kò tẹ̀ tí pòṣù kan. Ìrìn àjò kan la tó fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látijọ́ Saturday yìí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá náà wà láyé, mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kí, Ẹ̀pẹ́, àwọn ò nídìí pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ máa sọ fún wọn, àwọn máa ń gba bọ́ọ̀sì ni, wọ́n á gba bọ́ọ̀sì méjì. Kò sẹ́ tó ń fún wọn lówó nínú kòsíkòsí Nàìjíríà yìí, olúkálukú ṣà ń jọpọ̀n, wọ́n ń jọpọ̀n. Wá ti lọ dúró de olóyè ní Ìsẹ́yìn níbi tá tún lọ níjọ́ Saturday. Ní Ìbàràpá ni bàbá wa Alékúodò, mo rántí gbà tá ríra, àṣé gbà tá máa ríra gbẹ̀yìn nìyẹn. A hug, a ya picture. Ìgbà tá dé Èkìtì, mo ṣe interview fún Ẹ̀pẹ́ àti Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kí. Ẹ̀mí yẹn wá ń sọ fún mi ká tó parí interview yẹn pé interview bàbá wa Alékúodò, àṣé interview tá máa gbà lẹ́nu wọn gbẹ̀yìn nìyẹn kó tó di pọ́ lọ́jọ́ dé. Ìwọ wá rò pé ìwọ ló perfect, ìwọ ló gbọ́yìnbó jù, ìwọ ló ní followership jù. Nígbà tí ìran ẹ sọ pé àwọn need service ẹ pé kó dá sí, kò bá jẹ́ nǹkan kan ló máa fi dá sí ni. Ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ ní tóun bá tẹ̀ rówó nínú ẹ̀, òun ò ní bá wọn dá sí. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí ìdílé ìyá wa Lady Evangelist Janet Fashakin. Nígbà tí mo ń wo flyer yìí lánàá, mo ń sọ fún àwọn tíìmù wa, mo ní so ìyá yìí náà ti ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn, ọdún kan ti lọ, kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ìyá wa Janet Fashakin tó bá pè mí báyìí pẹ̀lú respect àtọ̀wọ̀, bàbá Koiki mo ní kí n béèrè lọ́wọ́ màá ní èmi kọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ilé ẹ̀kẹ́ mọ ọmọ mi màá ní ẹ̀yin ni bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ilé ẹ̀kẹ́ mọ àṣeyà yìí náà ń dágbére lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ó náwó nára ọlọ́run ló mọ ẹ tó ná ní 1000 ẹlòmíì tó tẹ̀ ẹ̀ ná ṣe ń gbá ó ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa pé báwo la ṣe náwó tàná kábíyèsí Elédùmarè ìyá tá à ní béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń lọ sírìn àjò báyìí á máa já fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn káàkiri á lọ mówó tí owó ibi iṣẹ́ as a legal lawyer lamẹ́ríkà á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sẹ́ndẹ̀ olúkálukú àwa náà máa ń gbà nú ẹ ọjọ́ 100,000 Koiki ẹ má bínú pó kéré tí mo gbọ́ pé ẹ tún lọ ìsẹ́yìn àwọn ní láti ṣe sọ fún ìyá wa Janet Fashakin kó tó fún wa lówó àṣeyà náà ó ń ṣe tiẹ̀ fọ́nà torí pé ó rí i pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó gbọ́dọ̀ dá dúró tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ oko etílé ìyá tó ní ká lọ máa dá máa ní òun wá in tó tóbi bó bá jẹ́ ẹ̀gbẹ́ inú yàrá ẹ̀ máa gbóṣù síbẹ̀ torí ìjọ́ kan máa dé ebi tó ń wọlé yìí ó máa wọlé ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ àṣeyà náà ń dágbére lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹlòmíà máa dá ọ̀la àní má dá àwọn ọmọ Koiki ẹ lóhun àti gbowó àwọn náà máa dá Nàìjíríà rú ẹ̀mí adẹ́ já níbi tó ti ń lọ káàkiri nígbà tí kò fi dá sí ẹlòmíì ní tó pọ̀ ó yúnra a máa yúnra ìtọ́ ẹ̀ kó fowó gidi lẹ̀ ìtọ́ ẹ̀ kó fi ìmọ̀ sílẹ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ fi gbogbo kan sílẹ̀ ó fi ìmọ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ tó dá sílẹ̀ Ìgbòho Day àwa sì wà ní ẹgbẹ́ yẹn sì ń lọ dáadáa lórí WhatsApp group wọ́n ní níjọ́ Sunday long the 14th of September fẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá wà lamẹ́ríkà látago 10 ní CAC Citadel of Miracles and Prayer 102 to 22 Avenue Jamaica NY 14 bẹ́ẹ̀ bá láǹfààní àti wà ládùúgbò yẹn ẹ̀yin ẹ fi chọ́ọ̀chì tiyín sílẹ̀ ẹ̀yin sì wà láyé gbàtẹ́yìn ò tí kú níjọ́ Sunday yẹn tí kú kan dẹ̀ nípa gbogbo wa ẹ má náà ń lọ sí chọ́ọ̀chì tiyín ẹ bá wọn lọ jọ́sìn níbẹ̀ yìí tẹ́ wà lamẹ́ríkà kó pọ̀jù níta lè ṣe fún àwọn fámìlì wọn lélẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ní ká kúkú mówó wá bọ̀ ká lọ fi ṣèrántí ìyá yìí torí pé ìyá yìí fi gbogbo tó ní lọ fi bá wa ṣe Yorùbá nation but ọlọ́jọ́ ní òun ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n wà pẹ̀lú wa títí di wákàtí ohun àwa pé kí a máa rí àwa Janet Fashakin ní gbogbo ìgbà but Ọlọ́run ní òun lòun ní wá ìgbà tó bá wọ òun ló máa mú wa lọ ó lè sùn kó má jí ó lè sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá lè gbóhùn ẹ̀ lánàá in táwọn èèyàn máa sọ nìyẹn nígbà téèyàn bá kú mo ń wo fídíò bọ̀bọ̀ tó shoot lamẹ́ríkà kábíyèsí Elédùmarè ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí àṣẹ àṣàrà irú dúró tì báyìí àṣàrà irú ń wò ó àṣàrà irú mọ̀ pé òun fẹ́ mú lọ kò mọ̀ òun náà kò kú àmọ́ ikú tó fẹ́ pààyàn òun náà ń dẹkú ikú dẹ̀dẹ̀ ń dẹkú àbí báwo lẹ ṣe ń sọ mo wá rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó lọ ṣúù mo ní kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Amẹ́ríkà nìyẹn àwọn fìbọn ṣeré má bá wọn tó bá ti ń yọ̀bọ̀n máa tètè fìṣẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá wà ní ibi tí ìyá wa tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣèjọ́sìn ẹ bá wọn débẹ̀ níjọ́ Sunday nítorí pé níjọ́ Sunday yẹn àwa máa ṣe wà nílùú gbogbo ọ̀nà Ìṣẹ́yìn lọ́hùn tá máa bá ètò bá ṣe fẹ́ gba freedom fólóyè lọ́wọ́ mo kí gbogbo àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí náà ní kíákíá ká tẹ̀síwájú bí a ti ṣe ń kí àwọn tí wọ́n ti lọ náà wọ́n pọ̀ a lè máa dárúkọ wọn tán kọ́lọ́run fọ́run kẹ́ gbogbo wọn in tó wá lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè enjoy pé a parí iṣẹ́ yìí bí ìyá wa Janet Fashakin ṣe sọ kó tó jáde láyé mò ń wo àwọn catalogue of iṣẹ́ ta ti ṣe sẹ́yìn mo wá bá tìyá wa náà tó jẹ́ ìyàwó bàbá wa Professor Akintoye mo bá flyer yẹn pàdé àtàwọn videos tí wọ́n ṣe nígbà tí wọ́n wà láyé nígbà tó kú rádà ní ibi tó ti ṣe lẹ́kìtì in tí ìyá yẹn sọ kó tó kú ni pé kò bá jẹ́ the last breath bàbá Akintoye wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ gba Yorùbá nation fún wa èwo ni wọ́n máa wá ṣe nínú ẹ̀ ṣokọ̀fẹ́ jẹ́ ẹni tó máa jẹ́ alátakò
torí pé wọ́n kọ́ ló wà níwájú, gbogbo akọ́la máa jẹ́ driver, àti mọ àwọn tó wà níwájú, àwọn tó ń báṣẹ́ lọ, ẹgbẹ́ oríṣiríṣi dẹ̀ ló wà. Ẹ má confuse gbogbo wọn, ẹ jẹ́ kó lúkálukú máa tẹ̀síwájú. So mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣaláìsí lórí ìrìn àjò yìí, k'Ọlọ́run kó fọ̀run kẹ́ wọn. Ìwọ tó bí ní 2001 ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. Ìwọ náà ti pé 24 years old. Ní 24 years of your life, o tí mọ solution pé Nigeria ò lè work. O ṣì ń dúró pé kéèyàn kan tún sọ fún ẹ pé Nigeria ṣì máa ṣiṣẹ́ after 24 years living on this earth. Just briefly, quickly, take you to America. There's a lot happening today in America simultaneously. There was a death yesterday. I'm not going to go into it. Ojoojúmọ́ làwọn èèyàn kú ní Áfíríkà tí wọ́n kì í sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Òkú kan ọ̀dẹ̀ ju òkú kan lọ. Àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń pa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, CNN, ABC, wọ́n kì í sọ. But mo kàn fẹ́ gbé yín lọ sí nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní 9/11, 2 minutes before midnight ní Áfíríkà táwa náà wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. But ní Amẹ́ríkà, ìrọ̀lẹ́ ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. So let's read quickly and see kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 24 years ago since 9/11. 24 years after September 11, 2001, Americans remember the nearly 3,000 lives in a terrorist attack at the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan, the Pentagon, the Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ra múlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, ká má expatiate too much. Nígbà táwa náà bá gbalẹ̀ wa, tílẹ̀ Oòduà dúró, tí Yoruba nation tó dúró, when we become a full independent country, that is the only time ta lè ṣe remembrance gbogbo àwọn tó kú nínú Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. It will take years and years, torí nígbà tíyàn bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ, nígbà tá bá dá dúró tán, àwọn ibì kan wà láwọn oko kan tó yẹ pé a sì máa bá àwọn egungun pàdé. Egungun àwọn tí Fúlàní ti pa sínú igbó táàmù. A ní play video lórí platform wa àti sọ. Fídíò kan tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí, arákùnrin yẹn ń ṣàlàyé after tó san 10 million. Tó bá jẹ́ ilé iṣẹ́ mi ni mo ní I need 10 million naira. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa raise 10 million. A fẹ́ ra bus tó máa gbé àwọn staff wa káàkiri. Ìsẹ́yìn la tún lọ ní látijọ́ Saturday. Àìtí mọ ọjọ́ mélòó la máa lò bá ṣe ń jáde lọ. Àwọn tíìmù à ń travel lọ́la, kò sí mọ́tò pé a ní mọ́tò tiwa. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ raise owó up to 10 million. Bí mo ṣe gbọ́ tarákùnrin yẹn sọ, wọ́n dẹ̀ kó fún terrorist. A dẹ̀ sọ pé a níjọba. A dẹ̀ sọ pé a ní government, both local, state, federal, senate, títí kan presidency. So that means pé a ti wá use mọ́ tí Fúlàní bá ti jí wa gbé, ká raise owó ká kó fún wọn. Ǹjẹ́ yìí mọ tán fowó yẹn ṣe? Have you ever asked pé àwọn owó tán ń dá fáwọn Fúlàní terrorist yìí kí ni wọ́n fowó yẹn ṣe? Have you ever asked? I'm sure a lot of us know what they are doing with the money. But tẹ́mi bá jáde nísìn tí bá ní àwa náà nídìí owó, àwọn kan á máa question pé kí la fẹ́ fowó ṣe. It shows human will always question things. I'll come back to that. So 24 years ago, in 2001, mo mọ bí tí mo wà ní 2001, mo mọ bí iṣẹ́ tí mo ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nígbà tí breaking news yẹn tó ń jáde láti BBC, Sky News, CNN ní 24 years ago. Mo mọ ilé iṣẹ́ tí mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní 2001 ní Auburn ní London, ní hotel tí mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. Mo rántí nígbà tí news yẹn tó wá gbàgà, everywhere was completely shut down. Ṣáwọ̀ tẹ̀ tí mọ̀ pé ìtarí nígbà yẹn tó ń pè ní terrorist attack, àṣé ó ṣe ń bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀. How many people can ever think that in 2001 tó bá sọ fún wa pé Fulani máa invade wa, because we have already been invaded, and tó bá sọ pé àìtí wa invaded, á jẹ́ pé nìyẹn ẹ̀kọ́ ń tanra yín ni. As I speak today, what he invade gbogbo ilẹ̀ wa, okay? But tó bá sọ fún ẹ̀yin ní 2001, ìwọ tó bí ní 2001, nǹkan ò lè mọ̀ because ìkókó nìyẹn, okay? But 24 years after, tí mọ̀ pé a ti wà invaded by terrorists. America wants to celebrate 24 years of terrorist attack tó wá ká wọn mọ́. Bí wọ́n prepare fún dáadáa ni o, bí wọ́n prepare fún o. But imagine America in 2001 that is well developed, that has the capability. Because by 2001, Pentagon operates, wọ́n ní FBI, wọ́n ní Homeland Security, wọ́n ní gbogbo nǹkan. They have everything that you can think of as humans. Gbogbo nǹkan pátá ní America ní. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ti wọlé, mo máa kí yín dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wọnú ètò yẹn, kí n jẹ́ kí ètò yẹn kó wọnú ibì kan dáadáa ká tó kí yín. Ó dà pé àwọn èèyàn gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Mo ní as at 2001, America have everything you can think of as a country, but they were still attacked right inside their doorstep. Wọ́n gbé lọ bá wọn nínú ilé ni. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ tó jáde conspiracy oríṣiríṣi, but we knew that 3,000 people died on that fateful day. Tó bá sọ fún àwa náà pé by 24 years from 2001, a ní lè rìn láti kìlómítà sí kìlómítà, miles sí miles within the Yoruba land. How do you think you will believe that? Would you believe that? Mo interact nísìn, mo ń béèrè question. Tó bá sọ fún èmi àtẹ̀yin ní 2001 pé a ní lè lọ láti Èkó lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú báyìí lálẹ́, just 12 o'clock báyìí. Kò ṣe pé àwọn kan ò lè lọ. Àwọn kan travel bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìn, all on their road. But I'm talking about majority of the population within the Yoruba land. Pé láti Èkó báyìí o kọ́kọ́ pé lè máa jẹ́ ń sìn nísìn, kò dẹ̀ tẹná kó fẹ́ lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. I'm sure most of us would agree that could likely be possible, because ní òye self-determination nígbà yẹn. We believe that we have a government that has the responsibility. Ẹ̀tọ́ ìjọba òun ni pé kó dáàbò bò wá. Gbogbo ta rò nígbà yẹn nìyẹn ní 2001. Tàbádẹ̀ ní ká wo lọ nígbà yẹn, 1999 ni federal government ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ government after the military ti lọ. So let's look at it. 99, 2000, 2001. So 2 years into the government of Obasanjo. Now, Let's now fast forward 24 years after Obasanjo government. Do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is capable to stop terrorist attack going into another 10 years? After tó bá ti lọ, kó prepare gbogbo tó fẹ́ ṣe, so that in another 10 years, èmi àti yín á lè gbégbé àlàáfíà, a lè travel within any part of Nigeria without getting worried that we will be attacked. Ṣé ó possible that this government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would make it possible for me and you to be safe within the Southwest in the next 10 years? So possible, Sha? To be possible, ẹ bá mi kọ sínú comment section. Is it possible that this government will do everything within their power to give us a good security that I need láti worry, I need láti wà concerned about our safety? If it is not possible, why then are you against self-determination? Why tí a wà against self-determination? Ṣé nítorí pé I understand the meaning of self-determination? Or I play politics pẹ̀lú life wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn ọmọ Oòduà within Nigeria state today? In the interest of the 60 million people today, would it not be better that we stop the agenda going forward rather than playing with the agenda that is real? We are now on the 12th of September, Atibosi, a new day. I will take it again. Events unfolded in 2001 in America, talking when 9/11. That's about 24 years ago. Atiwa in 2005. I don't want to make it another 24 years. I just want to keep it within the next 10 years. Taba add 10 years from now. Let's add it together. Shikashe, all we need to do is Taba add the hour in 2025. Taba add the 5 more, 25 or the 30. By 2035, can we guarantee a security across Yoruba land? Is it possible that 10 years from now, we can have a good safety net that we are concerned and worried about the insecurity in Nigeria? And that means also the southwest part of Nigeria. If that is not going to be possible, nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ní 2001, maybe some people foresee it that there will be invasion of Fulani into Yoruba land in 2001, but I never thought of it. Maybe because I was busy with my other life, just as many of you are busy now. While the clarion call is made on a daily basis, day and night, we are making what they call a clarion call. But some are busy with many things happening within their lives. Just like I was busy in 2001. Mo wá pound sterling. I was trying to make money. Mo ń ṣiṣẹ́. I was making money on a monthly basis. Whatever the pay package I was getting, it was still an income. But what I did not understand is that that income that I was making, my homeland was in danger. Just like many of us today, and sáré bá ṣe fẹ́ jẹ, bá ṣe fẹ́ mu, and sáré, we're running up and down, trying to survive, which is normal because you have to survive in this world. But while we are trying to survive, whether over in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, there are now some people that are invading our land, our own territorial ground, but we are not looking into it. Even though there is now more adequate information compared to 2001. Momobiti social media space one in 2001. And I know where it is now 24 years after. Because 24 years ago, we were not as connected like this. Not that we were not connected, but not as big as this. Because I'm on platform, to make it easy. There was no WhatsApp in 2001. Because WhatsApp. We were using more of a text message. Send text message, Moleni. Because I remember to my phone, not long, they give you a bundle of text message and a bit of data and a bit of internet. Why then are you against the self-determination? No, key reason that you were against it. What is the reason? Why are you upset? Why are you part of those that are upset? Nigeria. Oh, we're together. Is that going to be possible? So possible Nigeria, Southwest, country. So possible. Is that likely? Ṣé Europe possible 60 million plus amajo agree Nigeria, even though majority of us can see the danger within us. The danger in 2001 might not be as visible, but in 2025 today, 24 years after, we are seeing live updates of atrocity committed by Fulanis within the Southwest, and people are still against self-determination. That for me, I'm trying to figure out, Itoripe Bashem presented, Itoripe like in your con. I'm trying to figure out what is really the problem. Our governors will accept it. Our Oba will accept it. And I'm trying just to figure out. It shows humans are very difficult people. I want to work Bedani. Tí wọ́n ti fi ẹ̀mí wọn lé lórí. We have now decided àwọn yẹn ló wá jẹ́ enemy yín. We have never had access to the government. Débi pé àbá ní nígbà tá a wà nínú government Yoruba nation o, ìgbà yẹn ni kùmíṣẹ́ wa yọ o, ìgbà yẹn mo lọ ra mọ́tò o, ìgbà yẹn mo decide pé mo fẹ́ kọ́lé o, mo máa fẹ́yàwó sí o, mo máa bímọ sí o. Why is it that our people would never agree that 24 years ago, we never saw it like this? But now that we are able to see it, why are you still against it? Oh, because Oshife Koko settle down. Kò tó rántí pé agree pé àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ̀ nígbà yẹn ní 2001, but we heard about a terrorist attack that took place somewhere in America. So that means pé kò ń ṣe ní terrorist tí ń attack ìlú, and Nigeria will not be the last country. Whether ìlú kan ló wá instigate wọnú Africa o, ìlú kankan ni o, whatever the agenda is, that agenda has become visible and it is working for them, while it is not working for our people, because our people are becoming the scapegoat within the Nigeria, and those that have and those that knows refuse to get involved because it is not yet time. Mo wo article kan bàbá yẹn ní, it was because of my nationality he lost an IT job of $250,000. I looked at the name, he's a Yoruba man. I don't know whether he's in support of a dissolution of Nigeria, but his nationality has now had impact on a job that it could have become $250,000 a year. Just like even those of us that are British citizen, Canadian citizen, living in Australia, Japan, wherever you are in Belgium, Spain, Italy, whether you have a resident permit, whether you have a visa, or whether you are in Nigeria, we are already one way or the other affected by being a nationality of a country that doesn't have a value for us. Yet, we are still against Yoruba people from exiting that same union, because we are putting too much sentiment into it. Rather than us confront our fear once and for all, rather than us confront the fear, in tó ń bà wá lẹ́rù yẹn ká confront ẹ̀ tán délẹ̀ together, so that it will make the burden easy for every one of us. Yet, àwọn kan fẹ́ yẹ káwọn kan lọ confront ẹ̀ tómi ọbẹ̀ yẹn bá wá jiná. Because if you think that people are not seeing what we are doing, they're seeing it. But àwọn jókòó sí background with their own money, with their own expertise, with their own knowledge. But wọ́n fẹ́ káwọn kan lọ fi wàhálà yẹn ná, tó bá ti wá rí gbà, then we can, which is normal thing, because not everybody will fight for us to get this freedom. But one thing I am rest assured is that for those of us that believe and accept our faith in this movement, we must never doubt it. Even if it means that coffee, you must never doubt it, and you must stick to it, no matter what the condition might be. In Tongpe, you will be remembered as America remembers their heroes that died. Many people died. Whereas àwọn kan fi ẹ̀mí wọn sílẹ̀ ní 2001, especially the fire brigade and the police, they knew that the building that they were going into was likely, as at the time maybe they might think that the building will hold, but there was fire all over the place, burning at the very high speed. Yet, fireman tí ó débẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ tún lọ sókè pèsè òun fẹ́ lọ rescue àwọn èèyàn. So what we are doing, àwa tí a súnmọ́ movement yìí, with our blood, with our spirit, even ẹ̀yin tí ẹ náwó, because ẹlòmíì máa máa pa ẹgbà tá a rí lórí program kí la fẹ́ fún lówó fún, onígbà tó bá ṣe program la máa fún lówó, àgbà tá a gbóhùn ẹ̀ kí la fẹ́ support wọn fún. Not that people don't want to do it, but it's like some people expect that they have to be compelled. I got my bell continuously to get this movement to where it needs to go to. And I remember throughout the few days I was off doing my other things because I have my own family to also look after. And which is the fact. I have children, I have wives. I got to look after them. Even if it's nothing more than kinte ma ba won sọ̀rọ̀. Tí bá tẹ́ rówó fún wọn. But one thing I realized that the people that have the bigger share in Nigeria, tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn ló ní nǹkan láti lose, àwọn ní nǹkan láti lose. I don't think some of them understand that. Kí ni tálákà mi fẹ́ lose nísìn? I have nothing to lose, but we have more to gain. And I hope that many people will get to understand this message before it is too late. Because nobody's coming to save you. "24 years ago," ẹni tó bí ní 2001, ó wá argue pẹ̀lú bàbá tó ti jáde tó ti rí nǹkan tán àti journalist tó ti ní exposure. Ó argue blindly because of whatever reasons that they disagree with the self-determination, which is an inalienable right that is completely different from the corrupt country called Nigeria today. Ìlú tí kò lè ní any value even as you're going into your debt. Tí kú máa máa pa ẹ́ lọ báyìí, Nigeria ò ní value kankan tó fi fún ẹ. Nigeria would rather allow you to die than rescue you. We know that based on the fact that gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti kidnap, government ò lè know mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ rescue wọn. But a government that doesn't give a toss about you, that doesn't care about you, you're likely to die in between while you are surviving or you are not surviving. Self-determination under Article 3 says, and I quote, "Indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status." Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ṣì ń rò pé political status tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní sì ti gbẹ̀gìrì àtomi ọbẹ̀ tó lẹ́ran àtẹja nínú will take them somewhere in Nigeria. From their local government to their state to their representatives that cannot be accountable for anything more than the fact that they are only accountable to themselves and their cycle. Nobody will come and fight your own fight. We're not asking anybody to go out and fight, but we are always saying, if there is going to be no peace, we must prepare for war. Ìlú tó bá ti sọ pé wọn ò fẹ́ peace, ó gbọ́dọ̀ gbáradì fógun. Kò sí ọ̀nà méjì nínú ẹ̀. Nígbà táwọn kan tọ́ pé ká wá peace, táwọn kan bá dẹ̀ takú pé àwọn fẹ́ peace, then kọ́ lọ máa gbáradì fógun. Kò ń ṣogun látọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, because ìlú tá à ń sọ yìí is on a serious pressure tó ń bubble nísàlẹ̀, and is bubbling about to explode. Kò wá sí bó ṣe fẹ́ explode ní north tí kò ní kan southwest. Kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ explode ní southeast tí kò ní kan sàlẹ̀, because Fulani invasion is an explosion that is now on our neck. And when we talk about Fulanis, people always think that it's just the Fulani that is in the forest. What if Dangote is another Fulani? BUA is another Fulani, and many of them like that are working against the progress of Yoruba land. And not just àwọn yẹn, pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù náà, they are all the same. Kò sí ìyàtọ̀ láàrin gbogbo wọn, ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n. An agenda táwọn ní is real. Why táwọn play pẹ̀lú agenda Nigerian politics? Because Yoruba play pẹ̀lú Nigerian politics tí kò lè ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa. Whether it is the policy, it kò lè work. Because policy tó ń ṣe, policy gbogbo Nigeria ni, àwọn ẹ̀yà tí òkè lọ́hùn ò dé agree pẹ̀lú policy yẹn. You're not going to get a state police. You can be deceived. Pé ẹ máa gba state police. Ọkọ̀ fífi yẹn ṣe campaign fún yín ni. Ẹ lè ever ní. I'm talking about a portable drinking water. Never until we have our own country. Do you think that you need thousands of years before things are done? No. All you need is a country that is ready, that has the vision. Let's take you to Ethiopia, a country that has done something fantastic that is now in the news around the world. Ìlú wo ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? I'm sure many of you, even if you have not traveled before, you've had the privilege to hear about the criminal Nigerian government from Buhari, Akutuku Elorun, tí Adi Seriki, the former aviation minister, Nigeria, deceived millions of Nigerians that something is coming as an airline. Tó ń pè ní Nigerian Air. Ta la fẹ́ mú as the responsibility of that failed project? Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni, tá wà ní Yorùbá country, Oduduwa Republic, whatever name you decide to call it, àmọ́ bá ṣe máa lọ ṣe, tá máa hold a responsible for a fake project that was put to Nigerians, but they knew it was going nowhere. Today, the same minister, former minister, òun ti ra lé sí Saudi Arabia, ó ti kówó jẹ, adẹ̀jẹ̀ wà ní same union. Bọ́lá Tinubu ò tí lọ probe kó gbé sẹ́wọ̀n torí pé ẹ̀rù ń bà Tinubu, kò ní that audacity, that capability to do so. But tó bá yẹ pé Yorùbá government ni, ní tíjú anybody, á ti mọ́lé, á charge sí court. Let's give you the background quickly before I now tell you what has happened in Ethiopia this week. This is Koikimedia. Anybody using our video, we are telling you again, credit our video with Koikimedia. We will not tell you again when the right time comes. Your video will be flagged down. It's either you stop using the video or you put credit to Koikimedia. You are not paying us to sit here. This message, is to bring millions of us to understand the reason why we need to exit Nigeria. You don't have to reuse the video, but you're using that video, you got to put the credit. We will continue to announce it till the end of the year, but for next year, you might probably not hear that word again from me. Let's quickly go into it. Ex-president, ex-minister mismanaged Nigerian air or Nigeria air. Also fún wa pé a máa gbé wa láti London wá sí Nigeria, láti America a gbé wa wá. Àwọn tó ṣe project tí kówó jẹ nísìn wọ́n ti lọ. Tinubu arrest wọn. Adi Seriki is living a bigger life. He's probably going to contest again going to 2027. Atuwa campaign fáwa either through a proxy party or through proxy individual, because we know how the politicians are going to operate. What is my business with Nigeria Air when we could have our country far back if we have all decided àti fẹ́ ṣe Yoruba airline tí wọ́n bá mismanage amẹni tí a máa lọ mú? But today we've been deceived, just as our fathers and our mothers were deceived about Nigeria. Let's read quickly. Nigerian former President Olusegun Obasanjo has criticized the failed Nigeria Air joint venture between the previous government of Muhammadu Buhari and Ethiopian airline-led consortium, accusing the former aviation minister Hadi Serika of mismanaging 85 billion naira. That's about $55.2 million. Imagine even if this is spread among all the 774 local government. God divided. God for local unity. Into baba wa waka lo fi ṣe, because into fele ṣe ni sin amo. I pity your life. So she support one Nigeria. I don't pity my life because I am still not comfortable, but I'm better off. But one thing is, your life will still be miserable while you are hoping for a better Nigeria that will never happen. Your life, will be miserable. Oh, I was watching a young girl on X. Only realized that going to church was not a problem. The Nigerian economy was a problem. And I'm sure millions of you are facing the same consequences. So $55.2 million was just gone in the drain for a project that they knew was never going to remember. I'm not even showing you the right thing entirely. It might be new. All right, let's do it this way. Sorry. Many of us think that we can pray over these. Prayer will not solve your economy to work. It is the union that you found yourself in is the reason why most of our life has been very miserable. But rather from us to accept and move forward, we have decided to live in denial and pretend that everything is fine, knowing fully well that it can never be fine. Many of these projects have got billions of dollars. One of it is the one that Tinubu is producing, the coastal road from Lagos to Calabar. How possible for Tinubu to carry project here, even in the next 10 years, if he's still in power? I'm asking you, is it possible that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will complete the project? I was watching a YouTube video this afternoon, and the young woman, or the woman rather, two of them were telling us about this Eco-Atlantic project. Maybe you don't know, America is no longer going to build that embassy in the Eco-Atlantic. I am telling you now. The problem I have with some of us is that news ori CNN. I am now your CNN, the BBC, the Sky News. But because and that has always been our problem. Let me quickly give us something that I told us in one of my last broadcasts. Let's move away from this Ethiopia, but I'm going to come back to Kilo Shele Gongoni, Ethiopia. I told us about Ogumbo, ni France, at Britain. But I'm sure Elomi to back broadcast here, Anyemu, Abi. I'm sure some of you, not all of you, but some of you. Anyway, I am a journalist. I keep telling you that. And I'm trying my best every day to improve myself as well. Because that is the only way you can learn. Ewatikui Timogbesi screen. I've already posted it on all my platforms today. Most of them are Ogumbo in France at the UK. And Nigeria would be used as one of the countries to back the war. And I'm not surprised when I saw Daily Mail, one of the newspapers in the United Kingdom, put it out today, Otidanonisi, at 12/9/2025. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. This is the headline. France order hospital to be ready for war. But key hospital law ma gbara di fogun. When is the war going to start? I don't know. But my intelligence was right. Just as Daily Mail posted it on their TikTok handle with almost about 2 million followers. But I understand anything in Nigeria, you can see why Nigeria is not going to be allowed to be dissolved now. France's economy has collapsed. How many of you know that? How many of you are aware that there was a massive protest in France, in Paris? If you are going to be in London or you are in London, avoid Central London this Saturday. There's going to be a protest. There's about 7 football matches this weekend. There's a festival this weekend. Àwọn olófẹ́ protest, àwọn òyìnbó tọ́nà àwọn fẹ́ dúdú mọ́ ní UK. Àwọn fẹ́ foreigners mọ́. If you can avoid the Central London, make sure you avoid it completely this weekend. Avoid it. Kima Parawani next week. And I'm hearing news that Tebala family in London, if they even have to cancel their job, they should avoid going to Central London because we don't know what can happen. There is now a lot of tension in the UK. But let's go back to France quickly. But kí n tó lọ sí France, mo fẹ́ padà sí Ethiopia because mo fẹ́ end the first broadcast and close it with Ethiopia before I move to France. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa project kan tí ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa Benny. France lifeline has been blocked in Africa. I'm going to come back to that in the second part. But let me take you to Ethiopia. People think that tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé project, tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ project, Nigeria ò ní ever parí project yẹn. I've given you one example. There are many examples that we can showcase, but I've given you one out of the many. But there was a project that has been celebrated across the world, even though there's some kind of diffuse between Egypt and the Mauritian. But when you talk about the global world today, they are celebrating Ethiopia. Kí ló dé tó ṣe ń celebrate Ethiopia? Kí ni Ethiopia tún ṣe? Let me take you there quickly. There was a massive project that has been going on for 14 years. Àwọn kan rò pé bóyá tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan ò ní pẹ́, the moment a Yoruba government can start operation, ó máa dàbí Wi-Fi ni, ká tó lajú ká tó là. Gbogbo àìsàn tó ń ṣe wá, a rí pé máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní meaning. But when we are still accepting this contraction tó gbélé wa lọ́wọ́, you will do anything that is not new to me anymore. Mo rí ọmọ Yorùbá kan post sínú Ìlànà UK, and I think I posted the video, maybe not to TikTok, but maybe to X and the Facebook and Instagram. Kí ni ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn ṣe? Ó invite bí a girlfriend ẹ̀. That is what they've turned us to. Ó pọ̀ ọmọ yẹn wá, ó spike ọtí ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ pa, ó wá yọ àwọn kankan kúrò lára ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá non transport ẹ̀ padà lọ sí bí Ìbàdàn, something like that, somewhere that area, I believe is Ìbàdàn. How many people saw that video? I'm sure some of you saw the video. About the video, about me to see comment section, so that come out pé mi nìkan ni mo rí video yẹn, just to buttress it. If anybody see the video, just please indicate in the comment section. How many people saw that video? Ele on ṣe case Fulani o. This is a ritual killing. Ó lo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́, ó fẹ́ fi ṣògùn owó. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá yẹ pé ru arákùnrin yẹn, ìjọba ń fún ní benefit ní every week. The fact that pé tí kò bá níṣẹ́, a ti fún nílé tó ń gbé, a fún lóúnjẹ, ó dẹ̀ tí wọ́n lọ sí job center, kò wá ní any education, kò matter, a ní kó lọ ṣe training, bí a kó lọ kọ́ bó ṣe ń ṣe carpenter, plumber, this and that. Government has sanwó fún wá tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Government ní àwọn ibi iṣẹ́ tó máa ń gbà àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìlú òyìnbó. Government ló máa ń subsidize àwọn yẹn, wọ́n ti ní scheme tó máa ń ṣe. But rather than that, a country that doesn't have a welfare for you, we will see many of such cases until tabakuro in Nigeria. That won't be the last you will see. There will be many deaths like that. Now, let's come back to this project. This project, Timothy Wadori screen, took Ethiopia 14 years. Wọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ ya owó kankan níta láti fi ṣe. wọ́n yá owó kankan lọ́wọ́ World Bank, lọ́wọ́ Arab country, lọ́wọ́ Chinese. This is just a money that the government was able to raise within the government of Ethiopia and the citizens. What is the project? It is called the Mega Dam. Ethiopia Mega Dam has taken 14 years to build. What it means for the now 11 river state and why it is controversial. Controversial, I call it, sorry, Lori. I want to stick to this dam that was built 14 years. No mistake was done. It was done. It is what it's meant to be. And it is now called the pride of Ethiopia. Ìdùnnú Ethiopia, the pride of Ethiopia. Kí ni ìdùnnú Nàìjíríà fẹ́mi àti ẹlẹ́ni? Kí ni kan tá à ń dunnú lé lórí Nàìjíríà tó bá jí láàárọ̀ títí tílẹ̀ máa fi ṣú? That you decided to be the enemies of the right to self-determination. What is the offense of having your own country as against surviving in a Nigeria that is never going to work? Nigeria was designed from the day one to fail, not to progress. Should we remain as one? Let's go straight into what we know so far with the pride of Ethiopia. Most of us are using their airline. I've used their airline many times to travel. Very beautiful airline. I've not been to Ethiopia before, but at least I've made some stopover across with their airline traveling back to London. Let's go straight into it. 2 days ago, BBC, the pride of Ethiopia, what it took to build Africa's largest hydroelectric dam. The vastness of the building site was at first overwhelmed for the young Ethiopian mechanical engineer. Many Yoruba engineers are running on the POS. Kò ṣe pé ẹ lè fix road, kò ṣe pé ẹ lè ṣe fantastic engineering job, but the government will rather bring in the Shagoris, as Tinubu is doing right now. Now, if they build the Lagos to Calabar, knowing fully well that the project will never be completed, even to Tinubu by 10 years. And bossy, kò lè rí 10 years lò mọ́ ní gbogbo ìjọba tó ní lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Bó sọ òkè dilẹ̀, Tinubu ò lè rí 10 years, even if he goes for the second tenure. And he cannot complete the Lagos Calabar. Tóun bá tẹ̀ ní effort bóun fẹ́ gbé débì kan. Ṣé the next government might continue project yẹn? Have you ever thought of that? Ṣé tí Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, tó bá gbé project yẹn gbé dé halfway, even after coming back in 2027, that is if there's still going to be Nigeria. Ṣé ìjọba tó ń bọ̀ tó bá gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ṣá máa continue project yẹn àbọ́kọ̀ máa abandon it? Do you know how many buildings have been abandoned for decades? While you were being born in 2001, going back to 9/11 in America, what be one in 2001, you are 24 years old, and you are still not sure about Nigeria. Work. You think that Nigeria will work after 24 years of your life? Because entering in 2001, iMac pé ọ̀dọ́ láàrin wa. Anybody born before that, 10 years bá sì sọ pé Nigeria máa work, á jẹ́ pé ní ẹni mental problem. But ìwọ tó bí ní 2001 ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, obìnrin ni ẹni, ọkùnrin ni ẹni, twins ni ẹni, ìbejì ni ẹni, individual ni ẹni, ìwọ nìkan ni ọmọ bàbá ẹni, ìwọ nìkan lọ màmá ẹni. Wọ́n wá ń sọ fún ẹ pé Nàìjíríà máa work, ìwọ ọ̀dẹ̀ rí pé títí di wákàtí kò work. Kí ni guarantee tí wọ́n wá ń rí pé Nàìjíríà máa work tèmi ò rí, àbí tí bàbá Akíntóyè ò rí, àbí tí olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ò rí? What is it that you are seeing táwọn ò tí rí? Oh, you are one of the best brilliant students in your class. Agreed. Ìwọ ló mọ̀ tán. Agreed. But kí ni nǹkan tó rí gangan? Let's go through this. Right there, we are told from the beginning of the article that Ethiopian mechanical engineer, wọ́n lè wà ní àwọn expertise kankan náà tó máa wà láàrin wọn o, but wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé àwọn tó build the dam yẹn, àwọn ọmọ Ethiopia, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó bí ní 2001 tó ti pé 24 years old, because by 24 years old in any educational system as it stands in Nigeria, ó yẹ kó ti parí university. That's fẹ́ni tó fẹ́ lọ sí university, kò ṣe compulsory. Tó o bá lọ sí university gan, even as a technical school, ó jẹ́ kó ti graduate tó bá jẹ́ kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní 19 years old, which is the normal age. Normally gan yẹ kó ti, tó bá yẹ kó o fẹ́ lọ sí school, o fẹ́ lọ university, kò ṣe dandan wọn múyàn sí. By 17 years old, ó yẹ kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà pè ní apprentice, kó ti máa lọ kọ́ṣẹ́. Wàá wá fi 6 years fi kọ́ whatever tó fẹ́ lọ kọ́. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 years o lè ṣe doctor gan sef tó bá jẹ́ pé o lọ ní line ni o fẹ́ lọ kọ́ iṣẹ́ doctor. But ọmọ 24 years old nínú Nàìjíríà sọ fẹ́mi tèmi gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu bàbá 90, èmi náà 40 something years old, èmi fi 20 years jù ẹ́ lọ, èmi fi ìdajì ayé tèmi mo fi gbé ní abroad, ìdajì mo gbé nínú Nàìjíríà, because I was in Nigeria up to 1998. O wá argue blindly torí pé rotten system yẹn ìwọ náà fẹ́ fi jí owó, o fẹ́ ra Mercedes Benz bí gẹ́gẹ́, o fẹ́ dàbí Pella tó wà lórí TikTok. O ti gbàgbé pé these are people that are making nothing you can write home about if a country is working. Tó bá jẹ́ pé in your own speciality, whatever your speciality are, ó jẹ́ ká máa sanwó fún ẹni pound sterling ni tó máa value owó tó ń wá lórí TikTok àbórí YouTube. Everybody wá di content creator. There's nothing wrong in that. Don't get me wrong. Am I sọ pé tí mo sọ yìí o? But engineer tó yẹ kó ti lọ síbi iṣẹ́ kó tẹ̀ máa fi iṣẹ́ engineer yẹn kó máa fi bá wa ṣọ̀rọ̀ TikTok. Ilẹ̀ wa pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ, àkọ́ ilé tí plumber lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ 24/7. Mo ti bá Clyde ṣiṣẹ́ rí as a plumber ní London. Níjọ́ tí ó sọ fún mi pé kò ń ṣe dandan ni pé mo fẹ́ nídẹ̀ o, pé kí n kàn fojú sí pé mo lè dàbí ọ̀gá tá máa supervise àwọn èèyàn, because it's one of the biggest sector that makes money anywhere in the world. Plumber is a builder, but it does kitchen, it does. At some point in the year, many years ago, we were thinking of bringing him to Nigeria and do some work because it's one of the best. Ọmọ Monsoratini. Bàbá jù sáàárín àwọn the best bàbá nílùú ẹ̀ when he was age 14. Ó gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà dáadáa kó tó relocate wa. I'm just giving you some of this because some of you think that Nigeria will help you to progress with your future. You think that Governor Adeleke have your time. You think that Babio don't get your time. You think all Sanwo-Olu tó lọ ń jókòó sínú train. They don't have your time. They are all liars. Òpùrọ́ ní gbogbo wọn, wọn ní any future fún wọ́n tó bí ní 2001 ni mò ń sọ. Ṣọ́rẹ́ tó bí ní 2000, millennium age nìyẹn tíyàn ọba ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò lè work by now orí ẹ̀ ò lè pé mọ́ orí ẹ̀ máa dọ́ta sí ni tó máa fi dàgbà tó máa fi kú, and you will all die if you're not careful, because according to the World Health Organization, majority of you will not reach your 60 years old. Kò ń ṣe pé mi kọ́ ni mo sọ, is the statistics, because there's many things. Wike ló ti sá lọ London nísìn. I posted a video back. Man Fulani wèrè olórí burúkú senator tó wá London nígbà tí Ikekere Madu tó wà lẹ́wọ̀n nísìn. Mo repost video lórí TikTok. Ó ti lọ bí almost 174,000. Mo rò pé àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀rí video yẹn rí tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ó kàn lọ viral nísìn ni. Kódà tó máa Hausa tó ń ṣépè fún rẹpẹtẹ. Èmi ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé senator ni, àfìgbà tí mo délé tí mo wá check out máa rí pé wèrè tí mo tẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣàbà ṣe senator ni, ó kàn dákẹ́ ní gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń bí kò dá mi lóhùn. Buhari tó jẹ́ former president ó kú sí London ni. Ìwọ ṣẹ̀ wá ń sọ fèmí ìwọ tó bí ní 2001 pé terrorist tó ń attack wa lénìí a lè bá wọn gbé. America lénìí after 24 years tí Trump padà dé, ó ní kó deport alien ló máa ń pè wọ́n, ó ní kó deport gbogbo alien, ó náà wọ́n fi rí wọn. We are living in danger, but we are pretenders as if it is nothing. So just to let you know, to close this audio, only way Ethiopia came into the limelight because of this damn project. Which a project, one of my power 5 million houses is about 2 kilometers long. Let's read quickly. Built by the young, young, I'm sure I'm been in 2001. Young Ethiopian mechanical engineer. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ mechanical engineer, ó wá jókòó sórí TikTok láàárọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Àwọn ń dápara tílẹ̀ máa fi ṣú. Ó wá ń wá coin, ẹ fún mi ní lion. Tó yẹ kó wà ní field. And hectares and hectares of land that is empty. I am not talking about the one that we need to reserve for the future. Tó yẹ ká máa kọ́lé sí bí Jákàndé ṣe kọ́lé rẹpẹtẹ yẹn, tó yẹ kó máa kọ́ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kí ìwọ náà wá jẹ́ lára àwọn site manager. Kò jẹ́ this, kò tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé switch lásán rán ní kó máa change, kó máa fix, ó lè tó máa wọlé fún ẹ. But I wish most of you understand what I'm talking about. Hundreds were already digging the foundation in a tough conditions. Òròpé movement, òròpé Yorùbá nation kọ́ máa dé gbìrì. Àti gba country wa, ẹ máa jó, ẹ máa yọ̀. Bí àwọn wèrè ṣe sọ fún yín. You think that you're not going to work for it. You think it's going to come for free. So Britain fẹ́ kó lọ, America fẹ́ kó lọ. All these countries, especially France, like I told you, bí àṣàyà wa ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, this Saturday, avoid central London. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà London, I'm going to say it to my children as well, my wife. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ broadcast yìí, please tell somebody, do not go to central London this weekend. I don't know what is going to happen, and I don't care what is going to happen, but for my own people, tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà náà, tó bá wọ̀n ẹ̀mí kò jẹ́ nú ẹ̀, tó bá dẹ̀ wọ̀n kó lọ síbẹ̀, kó ṣorí kunkun, kí wà táwọn òyìnbó kẹlọ́jọ́ fà níbẹ̀. I will say more than that. Let's go quickly and read this further before we start the next stage of the broadcast. Torí ìrìnàjò tí ó wà ní weekend yìí, la máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ní the next chapter of the broadcast. Hundreds were already digging the foundation in a tough condition for what is now Africa's largest hydroelectric dam, striding the blue now. The dam will help electrify the country as well as provide power to the region. Moga Yuwasa was 27 years when he arrived in that remote corner of Western Ethiopia in 2012. Sherry Timonso. Ele Debe at the age of 27 in 2012, eager to gain valuable experience in his profession. The completion of the project is set to change his nation, but it's also change his life. Only TikTok, you want to change life. That's fine. Okay. On Tuesday, the Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, formally launched the Grand Ethiopian Resonance Dam, GERD, hailing it as the greatest achievement in the history of the black race. Even though we should be thinking about the future of Yoruba land, where we can have the black race. Ethiopia ti gbàmọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ nísìn níbi táwa ti ń ṣe níbi tá ti wà ní àárín mò. I want you to watch this video. Níbi táwa ti wà confused because some of you in tó kàn wá tá ń dá sí èyí tó kàn wá tó yẹ ká dá sí òun ni self-determination. It is the only hope. It is the final solution. Nothing else but tó bá wà láàrin ọjà wàá sọnù tó bá careful gbọ́ ilé ìgbò bọ̀.
Òun tó máa bá ṣe business fún èyí tí ẹ̀ ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation kò lọ́bì kankan, irọ́ ló ń pa, ìgbà wo ariwo ọjà ni. Ṣé rí pé àárín ọjà ni mo wà báyìí, ariwo ọjà ni. So ẹni tíyàn bá nájà èèyàn máa ń wò. Gbogbo ibi tí mo ti lọ nísìn ẹni tí mò ń bá nájà nìkan ni mò ń wò. So nígbà tí bàbá ní pé máa tẹ̀síwájú, orí Ìgbòho ní ká tẹ̀síwájú, YSM ní ká tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ̀yin kan máa ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation irọ́ ni, wọ́n fi ń defraud ni, ariwo ọjà ni. Ẹni tíyàn bá nájà èèyàn á máa wojú ẹ̀. Mo fi rẹja nísìn, kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lẹ́ tó ń ta abọ́, mo fi rata kírítà ní dẹ́ńtà lọ́tà. Ariwo ọjà ni. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní diaspora, iṣẹ́ ò dúró. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Adélẹ̀lérí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ Yorùbá nation á dá dúró. Ariwo ọjà ni. Gbogbo àwa tí à ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ ẹ má bá wọn wo ohun tí wọ́n ń tà o. Ohun táwa gbé dání tá à ń pè ní self determination òun ni ká dúró lé lórí ìrìn àjò náà rẹ̀ la ṣe wà. Koikimedia live and direct.
Do not get distracted and entangled in nonsense and jagbajantes. So this is the first part of the broadcast as we prepare the second part. Just to finish it up quickly on the Ethiopian Dam, one of the biggest projects in the black race. For us as Ọmọ Duduwa, Ọmọ Yoruba, into matter pull out of Nigeria and we start doing things that the world is expecting us to do. Konshikawa nínú ratirati, a lè move láti point A to point B. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń work, kò sí nǹkan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́. We live in denial and we don't want to accept the truth. And the truth is only going to set you free. Abiy, alongside the Kenya president, William Ruto, and Djibouti Ismaila, unveiled a plug before powering up the turbine. What is started? It was stretched about 1.78 kilometers, that's about 1.1 miles, cross a valley and stand at 145 meters, which is about 475 feet high. It is constructed with 11 million cubic meters of concrete. It has created a huge reservoir called Lake Nigat, which means dawn in the Amharic language. And Ethiopia doesn't believe, Tabanika Lowo, date Ethiopia lady. We have to see the calendar. What is today's date in Ethiopia? They are not using all these Western, it is 7 years behind in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, they are currently in 2017. Until we stand firm and we believe in this movement, all together, we can survive the test of time. Because what we are going through right now is another test of time, and it's entirely up to us to stand together and finish up the job. The dam construction on the Nile tributary, which provide most of the great river water, was also a controversial. I'm not going to go into that controversial part. But what matters is that Ethiopia is celebrating something that we should be proud of as Africa. I pray that very soon, our náà must celebrate gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìran ọmọ aládé tàǹpẹ̀rẹ̀ wa tí a máa kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. But those of you that are born in 2001, 24 years ago, if you are still in that bracket and you're against this movement, you definitely need to be taken to the mental home in Abeokuta, ní Aro, Olotoju Opolue. Koikimedia bringing the work closer to your doorstep. Now, that is on that. I'm going to come back now to event that is going to be unfolding between now and the next couple of days. I've spoken with Chief yesterday. We spoke a couple of times yesterday, and as we all know, we are still asking for Chief freedom. Àìtí gbé ẹnu kúrò lórí ẹ̀, a sì gbẹnu lé lórí báyìí ni. Ó ní gbogbo right láti padà sílùú ẹ̀. He has no reason to be living in exile, and that means work is still in progress. As we are going to be heading out again from this weekend, Chief has given us the information that we need to give with you. Fẹ́yìntì ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ wa nísìn àtẹ̀yìntẹ́ tó máa gbọ́ wa nígbà tá a bá parí ètò. From Saturday, the 13th of September, lágbára àwọn tó ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Oòduà, àwọn tó ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn alálẹ̀, we will be heading out as we have done in our visitation before. We have visited 17 urbans, including 2 that are very important. Aláàfin, His Imperial Majesty and Ooni of Ife, and we have been all the way even to Bobe. Akí gbogbo àwọn ará Bobe tí a lọ bá ṣe ayẹyẹ ní ìjọ Sunday, the 7th of September, fún ọdún eégún tó ṣe lọ́hùn. A máa ṣọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ láyé. Ọdún náà a máa mú èso rere wá o. Ìlú ò ní dàrú nílùú Benin Republic. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ò ní dàrú o. Láti Ọ̀yọ́ títí dé Ilé-Ifẹ̀ lọ sí gbogbo gbèríko Èkìtì, Abẹ́òkúta, Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe mọ̀, ní jẹ́ agbẹnusọ fún bàbá wa Olóyè Ìgbòho. He has given me the privilege to announce again that àwọn bá wa tí wọ́n wà ní gbogbo Ìgangan. The last one we went to Ìbàràpá, which is Ìbàràpá Méjèèjì. This time around, we're heading towards Ìgangan, Ìsẹ́yìn, and all those areas. And I hope that many of you would also be able to make it. I understand it's expensive. In Towa, expensive to go out, especially when the petrol is 900 naira per liter. Could a senior Jotokiri, even our no, we're still going to ask you to support us so that we can prepare the team, because Koikimedia is for the Yoruba people, the Oduduwa people, the YSDM, but it's also a media working fully for Igboho, as you all know. That means our staff will allow to travel ahead of Igboho in wherever he's traveling to prepare the ground, and also all other media. So we will need your assistance to be able to make it to Igboho and the areas from tomorrow. Found staff will don't travel. Now, there are a few places that we're going to be going. 2 has already been confirmed to me. There will be more as we go along, but the most important thing is saying, Nibogongon is saying. Many of us don't know these areas. We just hear it. While some of us, I remember we talked about Ìbàràpá nígbà tí, just like I did the program before we traveled to ìgbà tá a fẹ́ lọ sí Ìbàràpá Méjèèjì yẹn. And it was a good thing that I traveled down there to witness it myself, because in Tinyabaka Lori Google is different from what you see in reality. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa tí adọ́dọ̀ wọn ní ayé tẹ̀, Ibarapa Central, Ibarapa East, Irua. These are beautiful places that needs to be converted as quickly as possible to a city of their own. I don't need to believe in Eco Atlantic when Ibarapa axis can be transformed into a massive, industrialized area. I saw some of my mom's video because my phone, mama mi kan tí wọ́n fún mi. Wọ́n lọ wo àwọn archive àwọn memories wọn. Mo rí pé ìgbà tó lọ sí Dubai, ẹ rí pé mo post àwọn videos yẹn lórí TikTok. Mo kàn fẹ́ fi remind yín pé these are what we can do with our gold in Osun State. Ní láti ṣe máa lọ sí Dubai ká lọ ra gold. Ní láti máa lọ sí Italy. We have the best gold in Osun State and across Yoruba land. But all these are raw materials. Don't export lọ. Tó máa wá lọ produce gold. Àwa ṣe máa wá tún wá lọ wọ plane. Ẹ wo gbogbo bí a ṣe rí gbogbo àwọn kìíní yẹn nígbà tá à ń post ẹ̀. I realize pé this is the reason why ta ṣe ń sọ pé to have a Yoruba to be industrialized, Oduduwa land to be industrialized, a gbọ́dọ̀ kúrò ní Nigeria. A lè wà nínú Nigeria ká fẹ́ wà industrialized, kò possible. The West do not want you to be industrialized, and that's a fact. Àwọn òyìnbó fẹ́ jẹ́ ká wà industrialized. So I just want to put mo fẹ́ kí audio yìí kó gùn púpọ̀. So that announcement mo fẹ́ kó travel fast. So I'm going to do it quickly. So máa padà wá sí explanation gbogbo Ìgbòho bó ṣe rí Ìsẹ́yìn, but a máa visit bàbá wa tìlú Ìgbòho. Tá bá rántí pé àwọn ló host olóyè ní Ìgbòho nígbà tí wọ́n lọ ṣòkú màmá wọn. So bàbá wa Ọba Abdulrasheed Adétóyọ̀sí Aníkúlápó Jayéọlá III. We will be going there this weekend, Saturday the 13th of September 2025. Also, we will visit the many other areas, but one of them is Ìsẹ́yìn. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ìsẹ́yìn, ẹ kú palẹ̀mọ́ fún Olóyè Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ bí a ṣe gba ìròyìn yẹn láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tíìmù wa tá à ń pè ní Koikimedia.
Láti iléeṣẹ́ Koikimedia bring the work closer to your doorstep. Èyí ni láti sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáyé, pàápàá jùlọ gbogbo ọmọ òkè òkun pé ọmọ yín, ẹ̀gbọ́n yín, àbúrò yín, ọ̀rẹ́ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín, Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Mọ́jàsọ́lá Ìgbòho Òòṣà yóò ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí ààfin àwọn lọ́balọ́ba lókè Ògùn bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìlú Ìsẹ́yìn lọ́dọ̀ kábíyèsí His Royal Majesty Ọba Dr. Chief Sefiu Ọláwálé Oyèbọ́lá Adéyẹrí kẹta Ajírọ̀tútù 1 Asẹ́yìn ti ìlú Ìsẹ́yìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde lógúnlógún, ká jáde lọ́gbọ̀nlọ́gbọ̀n, ká pàdé Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Mọ́jàsọ́lá Ìgbòho Òòṣà ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlá ọjọ́ Sátidé oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2025 tá a wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí. Olùkéde Koikimedia bring the work closer to your doorstep náà ló ń kéde.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Ẹ gbọ́ ìkéde pàtàkì yìí láti iléeṣẹ́ Koikimedia bring the work closer to your doorstep. Èyí ni láti sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáyé, pàápàá jùlọ gbogbo ọmọ òkè òkun pé ọmọ yín, ẹ̀gbọ́n yín, àbúrò yín, ọ̀rẹ́ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín, Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Mọ́jàsọ́lá Ìgbòho Òòṣà yóò ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí ààfin àwọn lọ́balọ́ba lókè Ògùn bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìlú Ìsẹ́yìn lọ́dọ̀ kábíyèsí His Royal Majesty Ọba Dr. Chief Sefiu Ọláwálé Oyèbọ́lá Adéyẹrí kẹta Ajírọ̀tútù 1 Asẹ́yìn ti ìlú Ìsẹ́yìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde lógúnlógún, ká jáde lọ́gbọ̀nlọ́gbọ̀n, ká pàdé Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Mọ́jàsọ́lá Ìgbòho Òòṣà ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlá ọjọ́ Sátidé oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2025 tá a wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí. Olùkéde Koikimedia bring the work closer to your doorstep náà ló ń kéde.
So òun náà ni a ti ń gbọ́ ní àtiléeṣẹ́ wa pé ní Sátọ̀dé yìí a tún máa tẹ̀lé bàbá wa Olóyè Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ. Kí ni reason tí a ṣe fẹ́ tẹ̀lé olóyè jáde àti pé kí ni nǹkan tó ń béèrè fún? Èyí tí olóyè ń béèrè fún lábẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n gbé ètò náà kalẹ̀ tí a mọ̀ sí Ìfẹ́lódùn Àpapọ̀ Ọmọ Yorùbá, Akíkanjú, YSDM, Ìlànà àti gbogbo groups pátápátá láìyọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Mo kí president ẹgbẹ́ Ìfẹ́lódùn Àpapọ̀ Ọmọ Yorùbá, brother mi dáadáa Gani Alágbàlá, akí the vice, Kentos Àbẹ̀bí, àkí gbogbo àwọn elétò, àkí Yorùbá World Media náà pátápátá àti gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tí a jọ ń lọ ìrìn àjò náà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ti ṣe mọ̀, ìrìn àjò kan ò kéré. Ìrìn àjò tí a bá ń lọ báyìí, it involves a lot of logistics and planning, and the only thing that can also help is the financial part. Ẹ ran àwọn tẹ́ bá lè ràn lọ́wọ́ ní platforms, ní groups yìí, and that I think is the only advice I can give. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi pín audio tí ó bá dé ọwọ́ yín. Ó máa gbéra láti ọjọ́ Saturday yìí lágbára àwọn tó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, which is just less than 48 hours from now. Gbogbo èèyàn mọ ìlú Òkè Ògùn, ẹ kú ìpalẹ̀mọ́. Kò wá ń ṣe gbogbo Òkè Ògùn nìkan, ẹni tó bá lè travel from any part of Yoruba land to come down, please let us come down. Kí a tún lọ sọ fún àwọn ọba wa, a ti lọ sọ fún àwọn ọba wa, but we will continue to move as much as we can to go around and still inform the others about why Igboho needs to get his freedom back. His freedom is not something that we're going to joke with. It doesn't matter your belief. It doesn't matter, whatever your own, understanding of why Igboho needs to get his freedom. What matters most is that Igboho's freedom kò ń ṣe tá a máa fi ṣeré. Báwọn kan bá fi ń ṣeré gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbẹnusọ ẹ̀, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́, tó dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, it is important that he gets his freedom. George Akínọlá wà Nàìjíríà náà tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, ìjọba ọ̀dẹ̀ lé mú. Kí ni ìjọba ṣe ń lé Ìgbòho mú? Kí ni ìgbọ́ tí Ìgbòho ṣe tó fi di pé wọ́n lé? He has no reason to be living in exile. Ó nílé tó lè máa gbé. It's costing him more money to live in exile because he has, number one, naira to safer. Owó yẹn ti bàjẹ́ gan. Now he has to pay more rent. He's been doing that for the last 4 years. He needs to return back home and also take care of his business. Not just his business, his account needs to be open, and most importantly, TTD and no, I'm sure some of you have seen the video of any talk kidnap. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó náà san 10-point-something million naira. You ask yourself, if Igboho is given the privilege to look into the insecurity, I'm sure Fulani terrorizing us will reduce. I'm sure it will reduce. It will all reduce. And I'm sure some of you understand it will reduce. Even tí gbogbo wọn bá sá lọ tán, it will reduce. So let's listen to why Igboho needs to get his freedom quickly. 27th of July 2025. A tún fi àsìkò yìí a fi ń rọ gbogbo àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbàlagbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pé kí ni bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn tó fi di pé wọ́n lé wọn sí ẹ̀yìn odi. À ń rọ gbogbo àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, kábíyèsí o, àṣífìlà fún orí adé, kí wọ́n dákun kó jọ̀ọ́ kó bá wa gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Ìgbòho, kí wọ́n lè ní ìtúsílẹ̀, kó ní access sí àkáǹtì wọn, kí wọ́n dẹ̀ lè ní òmìnira wọn ní kíákíá. Nítorí pé in tí bàbá wa Ìgbòho ń béèrè fún kò ju pé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, kí ààbò kó wà lórí ẹ̀, kí gbogbo nǹkan, kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ráǹfààní àti lọ sóko kó lè lọ sóko, tí a ṣe bí pé kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bàbá wa Dr. Olóyè Chief Sunday Ìgbòho tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí aka Ìgbòho ṣá. Màá tún fi àsìkò yìí rọ gbogbo ẹni tí ó bá rí fídíò yìí tó bá wa fi ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo tó bá yẹ kó dé, kí ó lè ní etí ìgbọ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó máa láǹfààní àti gbọ́. Orúkọ tèmi náà kò tí yí padà, Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Koikimedia. So òun náà ni a ti gbọ́ nípa ìdí tí a ṣe ń béèrè fún freedom for Igboho, and Igboho will get his freedom, and like we said, it will not just be traveling only to Okeogun. There will still be some other, but for now, Okeogun is the next phase of the visitation. We've been to a few places. Okeogun will be where Igboho will be heading to from Saturday, and we pray, for journey mercy as usual. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní àní dé, gbogbo yín náà ní àní dé bá tẹ́lẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé inú kan náà ni a fi ń tẹ̀lé olóyè, tí a fi ń tẹ̀lé káàkiri, ká túbọ̀ máa fi inú kan yẹn ká fi tẹ̀lé, torí pé in tí olóyè ń béèrè fún kò tí pọ̀ jù. In tí ó dẹ̀ ń béèrè fún, right to self-determination is not a crime. So we pray that our visit to Okeogun will be one out of the many that would also be a fantastic one. Koikimedia bringing the work closer to your doorstep. Now, as we go back to the program, but before we do that, let me appreciate those of you that have already been on the thread with us, Lataro, in the last 2 hours precisely. Moki Egbomi triple DRS, Otojo Meta Moki Mofitoto Mofiki, Obeledumara jẹ́ kí àtúbọ̀ máa rí pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́. Gbogbo àkókò jọmọdélẹ̀ lérí ni ẹ bá mi kí Honorable Ṣẹ́gun ní gbogbo Manchester lọ́hùn. Fún èyí tí ẹ bá fẹ́ support platform wa fún trip tàbí lọ yìí, ẹ̀yin náà ni ẹni Koikimedia, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́nu àwọn staff tí wọ́n fi ń lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tí wọ́n lọ ń ṣe. Without you, there's no Koikimedia. We pray that you would also support us so that the team, Motiba team leader Soro Lale, I told him that we will raise money tonight so that we can be able to disburse the money tomorrow, hopefully, so that they can travel ahead of Igboho going into Okeogun. These are long journey, and that's why my team always travel one day ahead of Chief, so that Carlo prepare ground from the media perspective. We pray for all the security that will be traveling with us. We pray for those that will be expecting our arrival as well. So if you need to support us, also remember that these are specifically said for Koikimedia team or Koikimedia organization, and it is voluntary, it is not compulsory. But for intention, we are very grateful. If you need any of our details to put that donation, we need it so that we can be able to disburse it to the staff tomorrow. We're traveling with quite a number of staff again tomorrow because of the event that I've been told is going to be massive. So we're adding extra to what we have done. I think the last one, we didn't take many staff, but this time around, we're taking as many of our staff, and they'll have to check into the hotel. It's quite a lot of expensive. It's a lot of logistics for me. And without funding, it will be very, very difficult. If otherwise, there's no point. If we don't have the fund, what would happen is that I'll only be the one traveling with Igboho, and I'll only do what I can do. But I don't think it will be very, very convenient. I know it's a lot to do. For now, it is the only way we can seek freedom for Igboho as we continue to also demand our right to self-determination. All method and ways to contribute is always on the screen. Let's go back quickly and appreciate more. Moki brother me, Aziz Shakiru. These are part of many of our security network. Moki Awamoteku, Moki OPC, Moki Farmers Hunters. I count Nigerian police as well, because they've been very fantastic throughout all our traveling. They've not done anything more than putting the logistics within their own area to make sure that all these are crime-free. If you are caught, you would have to face the consequence of whatever happened to you. We're going there for a purpose. You're not meant to be there to come and hijack anybody's phone. Many of the time we travel like that. I've had slight injury in my legs, but I do prefer long quick. Anything big, cut your mole. Mawa die jasile ni be. Ogun to niyen o le gbe sara, but won ni ko wa fi na you. Yes, and to ni Bible le gbe Bible e dani ko gbe Quran dani. We're not going there to fight. We're going there for a purpose. I know everybody is always eager to see Igboho, but kò ṣe gbogbo náà la máa ní access láti wà níbẹ̀. And listen to all these instructions. It's for your own benefit. Especially, we are moving with a lot of security. So Tobani can move segbe. At some point, every picture, that's all you can do anyway. So, but the fact that some of you don't listen is where there's a lot of tense. Anybody. Let us come there and let us go in line with the instruction. The instruction is not a rally. This is not a rally. We're not going out for a rally. We're going out to seek the support of our Kabiesi, Lori Oro Igboho. And as we know, Okeogun is another area that also has been in a lot of problem with the insecurity. So traveling there is another, fantastic way for the people to appreciate what Igboho has done, in his own vicinity in Igboho. I remember I traveled with team down there in 2021. It's an opportunity that I'm looking forward to. After many years, we're going back there. Alosi Gogoni the last time. All these are areas that I have traveled in 2021. Some of them we never expose it for security reason in 2021, but traveling again this time around is one out of many. Mokiyawa Comfort Ologunja. One if France lifeline has been blocked in Africa. When I say that there's going to be a war, I have proven it now that papers in the UK are saying the same thing. France is preparing for war. UK is preparing for war. Taba monitor news to learn wiki initially Friday. Poland is where Russia do drones so down Ogbano airspace one kọjá. Àwọn drone tí Russia now on do. Àwọn NATO. This is the first time that the NATO is attacking the Russia drones. We don't know what can happen. The world is so fragile. There can be another explosion of war between Russia and then Poland to activate in Tonkweni. I want to say how it was said in the Poland. What activate NATO support? Article something. Let's go to Washington Post quickly. Because when we sit here, you are not here just to hear about Yoruba nation. I tell you what is happening around the world so that I can Nigeria it's entirely up to you to say that. I know that wala le bele anytime because I know what can happen. The world is so tense. We are living in a very, very tense world today, and a lot of things can happen, simultaneously. So NATO is now supporting Poland because Poland is part of NATO as a country. What he activate Article 4, I think it's Article 4. I'm going to read it out now. The Washington Post. Okay. You see, nothing is free. I only can work a paper one for $5 because it's Washington Post. So let's go back and pick it from another source. Okay, Carlos say New York Times. That one is free. Poland has invoked NATO Article 4. What comes next? Article 4 allows, okay, free. You see, nothing is free in this world. Paper BG, New York Times at the Washington Post. Okay, only if I can email me, see, I can read it from another source that is not going to give me all this stress. So let me just go and read it from somewhere else. I can see Euro News. Tabada wo Poland lane anything. Kin population. So I mean we have the population, to become a country, but many of you might not understand what a country is all about. So the population of Poland as at today is 36 million. Mukinilati Austin, Eshegani, US. Last year, population one is not even up to Bugbawa Yoruba, Abawa Modudua. 36.55 million in Poland. So now one need the other European countries. Lati feja. Today I want to Russia or Tobe. Russia máa ṣe wọ́n léṣe. But now that they have other European countries, as a member of the European country, you know, I don't know what can happen, but I hope that there will not be war. We pray for peace in every part of the globe. But ibitiko batisi peace, kelomamura fogu, is as simple as that. So, what do we know so far? Poland activate NATO Article 4 to consult allies after Russian drone incursion. Polish authorities have recorded and tracked 19 crossings into Polish airspace by the Russian drone. As at Wednesday, week Hawaii, Poland has now activated Article 4. Kí ló mean by that? Ẹ wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti jà. Àwa náà tá bá tọ́pa tẹ̀fẹ́ jà, ta la máa ní kó wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Tá bá tẹ̀ mọ́ tó fẹ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ṣé nǹkan tá máa sọ lórí social media nìyẹn? A lè sọ. So, in as much as we are asking for self-determination in a non-violent way, we must also prepare for war. It's as simple as that. Muriembe, Aziz, brother Medada. So I just wanted to show you this so that you can know that there is problem around the world. Problem. But NATO, Oma supporting Poland. Population Poland go to 40 million. And to buy the country far better than Nigeria. Far better than Nigeria. But it's entirely up to us if we are truly ready to exit from this union. Let's go forward and appreciate the entity wa lórí thread pẹ̀lú wa. Fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fẹ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́, the details is always on the screen. Please, every donation now is also important, especially as we're heading out this weekend. Weekend, it was very, very important fún ilé-iṣẹ́ tiwa, as many other that are also traveling as well. Muki brother wa baba wa Idris, one in London, ní England, ní UK, ní weekend yìí, ẹni tẹ́ bá mọ̀ ẹ pè wọ́n, ẹni kan wà very careful láti lọ sí Central London. Àwọn ọmọ English fẹ́ jáde tán ní weekend yìí, wọ́n náà wọ́n nígbà, foreigner ti pọ̀ jù, blah 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 blah, you know. So I can only advise you. There's a lot of things happening. There's a festival going on in London this weekend. There's 7 football match. So it's going to be tense. Talk about the Timothy Amara football. But now don't ṣe protest. Edem pa to lọ football to pọ̀ jù náà English ni wọ́n. Among other countries not to long one, but majority of the people that are going out to watch the football are also that. So it is important that you understand that. Mukiba baba lórí Koikimedia Oduduwa, Olakunle Elijah King, Muki Abdusalam, Mbere pé ṣé mo ṣe wà Nigeria. Yes, mo ṣe wà Nigeria, mo ti kúrò Nigeria. So Muki yawa Esther Adeton Ewetoga JP, Kọ́ni kọ́nà fún Kẹ́ ìyàwó Janet Fashaki. So bí ṣe ń kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, ìbàbá wa Idris, even other European country citizens are coming over on Saturday. Ṣé gbọ́? Èmi tẹ̀ túgbọ́n yẹn. So kò ń ṣe English nìkan ló fi jáde. Àwọn kan tó máa travel láti European, ó máa tense gan ní UK ní weekend yìí. Please avoid Central London. Má lọ wòran, because we know what they can do. Even though ọlọ́pàá máa pọ̀ náà, we know what can happen, but for your own safety, stay away from Central London. Mokia brother mi Olakunle, Nigeria Air is a Sakamanje. We said it earlier on. Second-hand page says, if he does that, what will now happen after he has left power? Fulani will destroy it back. I believe one sort of nípa project Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe nísìn, the Calabar Coastal Road. I mean, what do we need that for? Fix gbogbo àwọn gbèríko kó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé federal road nìkan lè bá fix gbogbo títí ò dá, you know. But rather than that, what if you kówó jẹ ni? We know how that works. Is a fraud. Tinubu just borrowed another 1.3 billion. Say billion or $1 million. I think it's million. $1.3 million. I think it's $1 million. Yeah, I think so. I can check it out. So it's just crazy that Olukaluku wọn caricature ni ko jẹ ti wọn ko look bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Mr. Mokente wa lórí TikTok. Just do your own and let's go. I don't want the program to go in 3 hours. So I'll slow it down in the next 20 minutes. Tibati Kibubu Itonisin. Moki brother means second-hand page. I don't know whether it's a man or woman. You said failed and a damaged government. Moki Babawa Waris, you know, do closely world views. I don't want to even use the word into in Asian country recently. Whatever is going to happen in Nigeria, I'll just let it be. It will happen. So each time that happens, could trigger anybody in Nigeria. Okay, it doesn't trigger anybody. But into my trigger wa, àwọn alálẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kó trigger wa. So ó máa wá spontaneously. Kò ṣe tó máa announce. So in as much as we are seeing a lot of what is happening around the world on a daily basis, many people, kódà àwọn mórí tí Ṣèyí lọ, ó ní anybody tó bá tẹ̀fí, yeah, which is, I agree with that. Anybody tó bá jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Igbo tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Nepal pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó lọ ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n ní south east kó má ṣe ní south west. In táwa Yorùbá bá fẹ́ ṣe kó jà wà la fẹ́ ṣe fúnra wa. Nobody should instigate anything between each of the boundaries, because what people are saying is that what played out during the EndSARS, there was instigation from the southeast people against Yoruba land. So like I said, our Yoruba nation, our instigate violence. So in tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ibi tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn tí gbogbo yín ti rí fídíò yẹn, I don't care because kò trigger yín, kò move yín. But in tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí àwọn alálẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ tiwa tètè níyànjú kó ṣẹlẹ̀. That's all I can say. So that you don't quote me and say, Koiki ló ní Koikimedia ló sọ pé ẹni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ibẹ̀ yẹn kó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. I don't care. Nígbà tí yà bá mú gbogbo wa tó jẹ wá dáadáa, we will continue to demand for our right to self-determination. That's all I can say. So mo kí bàbá wa Waris Jinadu, mo kí deputy, wọ́n ní poverty has added more fear to our fear in that country, which is understandable. At least àtẹ̀dúpẹ́ pé àwa ṣì rí ìkọ̀kọ̀rẹ́ jẹ ní Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ní bíbá. You know, as many people cannot even have that kind of meal. You know, it's one of the fantastic meal for Ìjẹ̀bú people, but many people cannot even have the normal, you know, protein, you know, the normal basic food that you think you can just have. All available, but all expensive. Baba Waris, you know, there's also a protest going on in France. So my expect France go have protest in Nigeria, could possible. So at the if a protest, call up protest, I will protest. In Tower Feni, Kagba country wa, or Notama de Figba, why you go to Batwasiko. Moki Baba Waris Jinadu again, Moki Aziz Shakiru, Baba Waris Jinadu, indigenous Yoruba sons and daughters, self-determination, to about the 20 minutes, 2 o'clock. This program will come to an end. Indigenous Yoruba sons and daughters, self-determination is more than any individual Yoruba baggage tied to. In Tantra anyway, you're a doctor. A brother Watono, IT engineer. I think I saw it in the Punch newspaper. The job was about $250,000. But we know what happened. Because of his nationality, what refused that definition to Rojomo Nigeria. I don't know why. We are Nigeria Nigeria any problem nitani. Shoruko Nigeria any problem. Chiba ni ko ni problem. No problem. Gbogbo alaje ma jẹ breakfast. So one the 419 political ambition. Ṣèyí Mákindé fẹ́ di president. Okay, tí ó bá di president kí ló máa ṣe fún wa? Tinubu tó di president kí ló rí ṣe? Ọbásanjọ́ kí ló rí ṣe? So, you know, all this is just gimmicks, just to disturb our mind. Okay, what is the difference about Tinubu now? Oh, Kuku better come out the president. I would rather not want Tinubu to be president than he's president now. Ibo to tosi lara, àwa náà sọ̀rọ̀ sí, àwọn Fúlàní sọ̀rọ̀ sí, gbogbo El-Rufai náà máa relegate padà sẹ́kù. Tinubu máa rig election, but it can become, you know, so kẹ́mà ní èmi ò gbógun kankan wá o, ogun tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni, tó bá dẹ́ni ṣẹlẹ̀ kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀, tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní lálá tó lọ sókè ilẹ̀ ló ń bọ̀ ni, igun gogoro má gún mi lójú àtòkè láti ń wò, gbogbo òwe tá máa pa yẹn tásìkò bá tó ṣẹ́rí tó máa jẹ́ kí gbogbo Nigerians indigenous people kó react. Ọmọ El-Rufai sọ pé we are not one. Ó sọ nínú post ẹ̀kan lórí X ní wíìkì táwa yìí ni o. Ó ní Nigeria is not one. So why are we kí ni reason tí Tinubu ṣe fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wa campaign fún ọmọ Igbo nǹkan tó dìbò fún oní 2027 ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn. so tó bá yẹ pé àwa ní country tiwa ò ní lọ́mọ Igbo kó máa wá campaign fún ẹ mo rí Igbo kan náà fẹ́ ṣe òbí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe 1 point, you know, we can have them living with us, but to be one and then alogba PVC a máa dìbò nílẹ̀ Igbo a máa dìbò ní north, why wasting all the resources láti lọ campaign níbẹ̀? I see it as a waste of time. We are just about less than 20 minutes to end of this broadcast because I need to go to bed as well. The most important thing, I've passed the message on, and I hope you've all got the message. Moki Babawa Jani Akim, when I kusha takuntakun Elédùmarè ọba ayérayé yóò máa wà pẹ̀lú wa, àmín o. Ẹ tún sọ pé ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, I've been busy. I have my own family to look after as well, just as many of you have your own family to look after as well. So traveling is not easy, you know, to be away from the family. Baba Warisi Naduni, it may somewhat be possible if every state, city, town, county have their jurisdictional policing, treasury, court, and peacekeepers. About America, law kan lò ní New York, kan lò ní Texas. Ẹlòmíì fẹ́ lọ gbé ní New York torí òfin tó wà níbẹ̀, ẹlòmíì ò fẹ́ gbé níbẹ̀, a lọ gbé ní California. We are not one. We are just wasting our precious time trying to work something that is not workable. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rọ rédíò máa rojọ́, tẹlifíṣàn máa rojọ́, gbogbo ẹjọ́ tó ń rò yẹn kò save security. Tó bá ń ro gbogbo insecurity, nígbà tí èèyàn sì ń fi 10 million wọ́n bí bọ̀bọ́ yẹn pé èèyàn mélòó ni wọ́n kidnap, ó ní èèyàn 5 wà ní bíbá, èèyàn 7 wà ní bíbá, òun rí èèyàn 2, àwọn tó rí nìyẹn, àwọn yẹn nísìn wọ́n ti gbà wọ́n lẹ́gbàá tó rówó, tó bá rówó wá yìnbọn fún wọn. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. Mo kí Prince Adébáyọ̀ Shitu, ta ló tó wà ń bẹ, Aziz Shakiru mo ti kí ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. So ẹni tí ì bá dẹ̀ rí, mo kí ogbon ìtẹ́wà lórí TikTok pẹ̀lú mi, Instagram, Twitter space, and the rest of you across. BBC not giving Oduduwa Nation attention. But I don't expect BBC, especially I don't have problem with the staff, don't get me wrong all the time, but I have problem with the organization. Okay? Mo bá ti bá rí méjì ní ọ̀la again. Picture kan tí mo yà pẹ̀lú àwọn òyìnbó kan ní Central London many years back. Wọ́n kọ síbẹ̀ Broadcasting Bias Corporation. Àwọn òyìnbó gan like wọn. So but àwa Yorùbá tá bá ti BBC Yorùbá torí bí àwọn gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa nítorí ọkọ nìyẹn náà definitely tèmi náà bá ń sọ English lórí aléra ẹlòmíì máa sọnù ẹnìgbọ́n kan tí mo sọ mọ́ torí pé kí ẹ lè bá máa gbọ́ mi ni mo ṣe bring a tempo yẹn ká máa sọ Yorùbá ẹlòmíì àní ẹjọ́ ránṣẹ́ Yorùbá ni náà kò ṣe dandan ni mo láti máa sọ Yorùbá. I can do my presentation in English but ẹni tó bá gbọ́ ẹni tó bá gbọ́ kò ní gbọ́, but the fact is that ẹ bá ti rí àwọn BBC àbáwọn kan tó máa ń sọ oríṣiríṣi àwọn Yorùbá kan tó yẹ pọ́ fífi darin àjò rú ẹ má believe pé torí wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa yẹn àwọn ni angel yìí. BBC is not our angel. It's a useless organization that doesn't have any respect for us. It's as simple as that. I don't have problem with the staff, but I'm talking about the organization. Èmi àti wọn jọ ń gbé ní UK ni gbogbo ta ṣe pátá níwájú BBC kò sí kan tó report nígbà tó lóye wá ìyẹn lẹ́yìn wá ń pọ́nlé àwa là ń sanwó staff taxpayers ní gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé ní UK. Àwọn ò ní láti máa tọrọ owó bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń tọrọ owó báyìí. BBC ò ní ìmọ̀ láti wá sórí social media máa ní kẹ fún àwọn olówó owó taxpayers tiwa TV license tá à ń san òun ló fi ń funded. So think about it, 66 million yàtọ̀ sáwọn àgbàlagbà ká tẹ̀ sọ pé population of 5 million àgbàlagbà, so 60 million. Imagine 60 million people paying £40 in household. Multiply it. Then bá ríro owó yẹn. Ìyẹn ló ṣe ń ṣòṣì bí ẹran aṣẹ́wó ẹ má bínú fún language yẹn. Ìtò kan wà ló máa ń ṣò fún wa lọ́hùn yẹn. Ẹlòmíì ò tẹ́ ń wo BBC. Nonsense àjàgbàjántì lọ́ fowó wa ṣe. Òun làwa fẹ́ jáde nísìn. Àṣẹ̀wọ̀n àtọrọ ẹ fún wa lówó, ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ẹ support wa. BBC ò ní láti máa sọ yẹn because owó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n kàn waste owó wa ni. Àbí mo parọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà ní UK. Ká tó máa lọ. Ṣé mo parọ́? Mo kí brother mi Magun Gray. Àwọn tó wà ní UK mọ̀ tí mo sọ, wọ́n mọ̀ pé òtítọ́ ni mo sọ. The BBC doesn't have to come on social media and be saying, kó wá fà account number síta, no. Wọ́n gbéyàn lọ sí prison tó bá san TV license. Ó ní owó TV kò sí tó kàn wọ́n. Ó bá sọ pé laptop ló fi ń wo program nínú ilé ẹ̀. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ san TV license. Ẹ wá multiply millions of pounds tó kàn waste every year. Àwọn program òfò, program tó ní kankan ṣe, program tó lè sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bá ṣe máa pín lọ́nṣe. But tá a bá jókòó bíbá yìí, tá à ń sọ pé ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ẹ support wa, so that ká lè bárò BBC yẹn jà as a media, because media gangan ló wà powerful. Èyí tí BBC bá sọ nísìn, ó máa lọ viral ju tèmi bá sọ lọ, but it's a lie. But ní tèmi sọ, torí pé government ò like it, wọ́n restrict it, wọ́n pin it down. Mo sọ fún yín, tèmi gbà tí mo sọ fún yín pé wọ́n gbé channel wa lọ tán, Lai Mohammed, ẹni mo parọ́, ṣé Sowore ò ti confirm ẹ̀ fún yín? Nígbà tí mo jáde tí mo ní Lai Mohammed kọ lẹ́tà sí Google pé kó já YouTube mi kó gbé wálẹ̀ pátápátá, ẹni mo parọ́. I'm sure some of you said so. Kí ni DSS sọ fún Facebook àti Twitter kó ṣe fún page Sowore? I don't think some of you know who we are fighting. Media làwa fi sọ di, tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ní strong media, bá ń pè gba Yorùbá ní ṣọ̀rọ̀ làǹpà. Tó bá dọ̀la, tọ́lọ̀ máa fún mi ní strength. Mo ti ṣe ní article. Ká lọ bá àwọn lobbyist. Ẹ mọ̀ etí lobbyist nígbà. I may not have saw the article. I don't have the strength anymore tonight. I'll leave that till another day. Tí ìbálẹ̀ ṣe lọ́la, bí a tàbá dé láti Òkè Ògùn máa wá ṣe program yẹn. Lobbyist ní America, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ń gba $1.8 million per year. Ìlú wo ló san fún? India, ìlú ní India no. New Delhi is a country. But wọ́n sì ń lobby ní America. Kí ni wọ́n lobby fún? Tó bá produce nǹkan tó bá rí ta ló fẹ́ ọmọ akó jẹ ní. Yes, àwa náà lè ṣe. Ẹni tó dáwó ní 2019 ó sì ń béèrè pé kí ló fowó ṣe, sórí ẹ̀ pé. Ẹni tó dá owó 2019 ó ń béèrè pé kí ló fowó 2019 ṣe. A wà ní 2025. India wọ́n san ní ọdún yìí ni o, wọ́n ṣe ayé àbọ̀bọ̀ yẹn, Jackson Miller lórúkọ bọ̀bọ̀ náà, máa ṣe program lórí yẹn. Ṣáwa náà lè raise $1.8 million ká wá lọ kó fún bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kó bá wa lobby pẹ̀lú Trump pàpé pín kó má bàa dìjà àbí aṣáfẹ́jà àbáfẹ́jà náà. Bọ̀ṣà ní $1.8 million $1.8 million. A lè ní, ó possible. But ẹni tí ó understand ní tán pè ní Euro movement, ó kọ̀dọ̀ pé bóyá sometimes I just laugh when, àwọn tó understand tán pè ní movement. Wọ́n nídìí owó, wọ́n béèrè owó. Ṣẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi sọ triple DRS. Ó ní Koiki, which £40? One is £175. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀kọ́ mi ti kúrò ní London tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta. Pressure dẹ̀ wà l'Áfíríkà tí mo wà yìí náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pressure wa, o rò pé kò sí pressure. Triple DRS ni, I don't watch BBC, but they are forcing people to pay TV license. Is 100 and multiply £175 times 60 million. We have people just watch the video. Ẹlòmíì àti dá £1 àti dá £5. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń dá fún wa, adúpẹ́ àmọ́ lórí. We have 9 minutes. Ká kọ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ funding. A tẹ̀ understand àwọn tó wà nílé tọ́ọ̀nì, but ẹni tó jẹ́ diaspora tó mọ̀ pé yes olórí ìrìn àjò yìí, media gangan ni òun ni media ni the backbone of this movement. Mo ti sọ, ẹ máa jà ní media lẹ́ need, ẹ máa ṣe diplomacy ní the media, because tẹ́ bá máa jà náà tẹ́ bá ní media tó dúró dáadáa tó lè pariwo ẹ̀. TV license is £175. Bí a £45 tèmi máa ń san every month ni mo fi ń rò pé mo jẹ́ kòdó wife mi tẹ̀lé ń san náà kò ń ṣe mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni trade world exchange. So kí lẹ rò pé India ṣe kákọ̀ sọ kí lẹ rò pé India ṣe lọ ń bá lobbyist wọ́n wá san $1.8 million bí wọ́n sọ fún bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ǹkan dẹ̀ ló sì bá wọn rí Trump last week Saturday ni ó rí Trump. Indian government ti san $1.8 million fún lobbyist l'Amẹ́ríkà. Iṣẹ́ táwọn yẹn gbà ní iṣẹ́ tèmi gbà ní media need owó nísìn continuously la need owó to run the operation. Ẹ rò pé torí àkọ́jókòó sórí atán TikTok náà kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ TikTok látàn náà àwọn iṣẹ́ kan wà tí èèyàn máa ṣe ní underground G ṣé gbogbo tí Amẹ́ríkà ń ṣe là mọ̀ ṣé gbogbo tí Israel ń ṣe là ń gbọ́ ṣèbí tó bá ṣe síta là ń rí ṣé nígbà tí Israel fẹ́ àtàkì Qatar ta ló sọ fún Amẹ́ríkà nìkan ló sọ fún Amẹ́ríkà dẹ́nu sọ fún Qatar nírọ̀lẹ́ pa ẹ̀ sọ fáwọn nígbà tó ti àtàkì àwọn ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ sọ fáwọn ṣó nígbà tó bá àtàkì àwọn làwọn máa tó mọ̀. By now we have to connect with satellite, direct satellite. Tá ni máa need the Nigerian government network. Irú àwa kò tẹ́ ká máa lo MTN ní Airtel ní. Ó yẹ ká avoid it completely. Kò yẹ ká máa lo rárá. If you know the meaning of security, you should be using normal direct satellite. Ó ti wà. O lè ra ti Elon Musk. O lè ra láti ta. Wàá dẹ̀ máa lò nínú Nàìjíríà. But Tabanika lọ gba Elon Musk, let me just leave that for now. I don't think some of us understand this game. Ó dàbí football tó fẹ́ gbá ní weekend ní sinmi ọmọ tó fẹ́ play. Team tó fẹ́ lọ win, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ prepare team yẹn dáadáa. Àkọ́kọ́ yẹ pé team bá mi nísìn àmọ́ Manchester ọkàn lose lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí wọ́n jẹ́ kí chief were excited dáadáa. But láyé Alex Ferguson tó bá ó kọ̀tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ rí tó ń jẹ chewing gum yẹn tọkọtọkọtọkọ bá ẹ̀rọ á máa bẹ̀ ó ti fi fear àwa ló yẹ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa bẹ̀rù bó jẹ́ pé àwa máa bẹ̀rù gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì àwa sì máa bẹ̀rù gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì mídíà táwọn ọ̀bọ̀rọ̀ máa bẹ̀rù gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì mo ní Lai Muhammed wọ́n ní kọ́ take down gbogbo YouTube channel mi ṣèbí yẹn lọ ṣe sanwó fún wa lórí YouTube wa Koikimedia with about 52,000 followers àwọn èèyàn sọ pé no pé kò possible màá fi ìtókù sílẹ̀ fọjọ́ iwájú bàbá burúkú yẹn bàbá ọ̀fun yẹn tó ní kú sí gbàṣọ ẹwà Lai Muhammed yẹn ó kọ lẹ́tà ebi bó ṣe ebi ṣe pété gbọ́ ẹbí ẹ̀ka ti ṣòwò rẹ̀ ṣèbí ṣòwò rẹ̀ jáde tó ní DSS kọ lẹ́tà sí Twitter X kọ take page òun down kọ close it. That's exactly what they did to me nígbà àwọn Buhari but ẹ má worry èyí tó máa lé gbogbo aléré ó súnmọ́ bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni bí àṣà aṣòwò rẹ̀ ó nígbà tó wá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà yẹn wọ́n ní tẹlifáìsẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ tó máa tẹlifáìsẹ̀ ó lè má jẹ́ Koikimedia ẹ lọ wo bọ̀bọ̀ kan ní ìtó ṣẹ̀ṣẹlẹ̀ nánà Asia yẹn ó ń káàkiri bí ẹṣọ ní wòlímọ̀ ní o àti fẹ́ parí program I have just 5 minutes ẹ lọ wo fídíò bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn gbogbo fídíò tó ti ń ṣe láyé ẹ̀ kò rí 5 million views rí gbogbo fídíò tó dẹ̀ record was 23 minutes he saw it as it's happening mo fẹ́ promote yẹn ẹ̀ tó bá ti mọ̀ ìlú tí mò ń sọ by now á jẹ́ pé èèyàn sí láyé nìyẹn ìlú mi lẹ́yìn wà ẹ̀ mọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbàáyé because by now you should know what is happening around the world tẹ́ bá ń follow page mi dáadáa òyìnbó ni ó ń káàkiri ni ó máa ń gun motorcycle ó máa ń káàkiri ìgbà tó ní passport tó dá òyìnbó dẹ̀ ni for the fact kò jọ òyìnbó security ni ó tún wá ní British passport security ni ó tún gbọ́ English security ni ó fẹ́ ship báìkẹ̀ láti ìlú yẹn lọ sí Dubai mo lọ wo gbogbo page ẹ̀ gbogbo fídíò tó ṣe láyé ẹ̀ bí àì tó pọ̀ jù tó rí views rí kò wọ 50,000 ó wá lucky ó wá wà nínú ibi tí gbàásgbòs ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gbàásgbòs gidi mo ní sọ̀rọ̀kọ̀ ìlú náà tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ ìlú tí mò ń sọ àwọ̀ promote violence ní bíbá fídíò bàbá yẹn ti wà ní 5 million views ó report ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ live and direct. So nígbà tó bá máa report ti Nàìjíríà ó lè má jẹ́ Koikimedia torí Koikimedia náà lè busy fáwọn nǹkan míì. Ọlọ́run fún wa ṣe àdélẹ̀ lè lágbára Ọlọ́run. So mo kí mo ti fẹ́ parí anyway so 4 minutes. So mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ká lè rówó lò ní weekend yìí. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Ọlọ́run máa ń fún yín ní ẹ̀mí pé tí Koiki bá ti jáde báyìí torí iṣẹ́ la fi lọ ṣe kò ń ṣeré. Àwọn ọmọ tó ń lọ náà ọmọ àfilé sílẹ̀ ni, àwọn tó níyàwó nú wọn, àwọn tó dẹ̀ níyàwó ká lè ṣe kíni kí a lè kó wọn jọ kó lè tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí travel látọ̀la. Èyí tó ń bọ̀ látèkìtì, èyí tó máa travel látòǹdó, ọ̀nà yẹn jìn gan, so wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wá sísàlẹ̀ wọ́n lè travel ní the same day. So mo kí bàbá Ìdòwú Matthew mo rí látẹ̀kan, mo rí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì bọ̀ mo padà torí mọ́. So bó ṣe jẹ́ ní ẹjọ́ kẹ́kẹ́ Okus mo kí ẹ. So ẹjọ́ gbogbo tí ẹ bá ní láti fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ as we heading out, we need nothing less than give and take. Ká tẹ̀sọ́ pé bá ní 1 million kò tó a manager. So látàlẹ́ ẹ bá wa contribute, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wo program wa ẹ fi owó s'account wa kí a lè rówó yẹn lò ní ọ̀la káwọn ọmọ ilé travel ní ọ̀sán ọ̀la lágbára Ọlọ́run kí gbogbo ẹ̀ lè ṣe kíni kó lè ṣe yànmùyàn fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní diaspora kí ẹ lè tún rí wa wò dáadáa láti ilé iṣẹ́ wa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ máa pàdé wa ní Ìsẹ́yìn. Olóyè Adéyẹmọ ó máa yọ sí Òkè Ògùn pẹ̀lú Koikimedia live and direct. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ní àdúrà lọ́wọ́ ẹ bá wa fi àdúrà, Christian yín ni ẹ bá wa ṣàdúrà, Mùsùlùmí ni yín ni ẹ bá wa ṣàdúrà, babaláwo ni ẹ bá wa ṣàdúrà. Wọ́n ní àdúrà ló ń gbà kíní kan kì í ṣe kíní kan. So a máa lọ a máa bọ̀ ni. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wá sọ pé bá ṣe ń lọ yẹn ń bí yín nínú Ògún lákàyé o ìyẹn lè máa pè sí yín. Ògún lákàyé ni Ògún ni máa rán sí yín. Ògún lákàyé Ògún la máa bẹ̀. A máa bẹ̀ Ògún torí pé ìtagbé dání kò Allen Conde ó ní Nigeria is a ghost state. Brother mi dáadáa kò like Nigeria báyìí. Anyway, I gotta go now so that Katulo relax because we have a long weekend and I need every energy. I'll try to be out tomorrow myself, but Tibaga de Lola is just going to be for fundraising for the platform, even if it's just for 1 hour. But please let us support. I know money is not easy, but you need the media to be right there and deliver the message. Thank you so much. God bless Orokema and God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless. Pastor, pastor, you should say God bless Nigeria. I want to go on the stage here. God will bless Nigeria because it touches sílẹ̀ tó ń bẹ ní Nigeria lójoojúmọ́. Mo wo fídíò kan ní Kebbi State. Bí a Kebbi ni àbọ̀nà tẹ́ bá rí omi ní hospital yẹn. Rubbish. Thank you so much and have a very good evening. First bank account is 3096808848. Tó bá jẹ́ PayPal náà ni musakalam1@yahoo.com. I transfer wa. Tó bá jẹ́ pé safer náà lẹ fẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí mi, ẹ pè mí. Tó bá dẹ̀ pé OPay 6104290167. Tó bá dẹ̀ pé UK account sort code 040605 account number 169062228. Tẹ́ bá wá ní nǹkan kan tẹ́ fún wa. Ẹ máa fàdúrà tì wá lẹ́yìn pé a máa lọ rẹ̀ a máa bọ̀ rẹ̀. Má ṣàdúrà pé a ní lọ ká má padà dé o. Ògún ló fẹ́ fi ṣeré nìyẹn o. Torí ọmọ babaláwo làwa o. Àwọn fi Ògún ṣeré o. Ògún la máa gbé sí ẹ. Àwọn tó máa bá fi Jésù fi tẹ̀lẹ́yìn àwọn yẹn wà. Ògún lè mi máa rán sí ẹ. Torí Ògún ló máa tètè ṣiṣẹ́ tí mo fẹ́. Orí pé mo ti lọ bá wọn celebrate ọdún eégún. Àti bẹ̀ àti sọ fún àwọn eégún. Eégún á máa lé gbogbo lójú oorun ni. Thank you so much. Britain citizens must relax. Their leaders cause the problem around the world. God bless you. God bless me. God bless all my wives. God bless my children. God bless ọmọ gbogbo Odùduwà. Gbogbo bí tí message mi bá dé káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Ọbẹ̀lẹ́dùmarè àfiwá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ o. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of pressure in the diaspora, just like there's a lot of pressure at home. Mo gbọ́ story woman kan tí ọmọ 14 years old òun ló ṣàkóbá fún ìyá yẹn ní London, wọ́n ti gbaṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá yẹn nísìn, ó parọ́ mọ́ ìyá ẹ̀, ọmọ bíbí inú ẹ̀ ní o, mẹ́wàá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o, tó bá rò pé tó wà lábroad, problem tó wà lábroad, ìyàtọ̀ kan ni pé wọ́n fresh lójú, kọ́lọ́n wà pẹ̀lú ìyá yẹn, ọmọ tó bí 14 years old, òun ló ṣàkóbá fún, ó parọ́ mọ́ títí dé ọ̀dọ̀ HMRC, mo rírọ̀ ẹ̀ láyé mi, ọlọ́mọ yẹn ká bímọ òfò, tó bá tẹ̀ ti mọ̀ ni kó ti sọmọ yẹn kó ti discharge ẹ̀, kọ́mọ yẹn máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ, tó bá yẹ pé ìlú tó da náà ni irú àwọn ọmọ yẹn wá ti kó wọn wá sí Nàìjíríà, àti Nàìjíríà ọ̀dà náà lẹ́lòmíì kó àwọn ọmọ wá kó wọn wá náà, oríṣiríṣi ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀, dáa ní máa rí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ó dàárọ̀ ọ̀run ayọ̀ la máa sùn. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Love you all. Bye for now.